IAS versus GBU games. I'm very excited to be here. I am rinkside for the game, which is a new feature brought in by Joe Staten. Hopefully he remembers to record what I'm saying. Just to start us off though, get the chance to speak to IAS men's coach Mike Solossi. So Mike, obviously you're going to watch the women's game here, but how did your guys get on at practice earlier on?
It was good. It was a bit choppy at first with some of their passing, but I think they slipped into it. It was, you saw the skill level, you saw what they came. You really saw some of the later drills with decision making, top notch. Really, really good players.
Yeah, and you've some of the girls in this in this afternoon game. What do you think the skill level is going to be like in the women's game today?
I hope it's going to be really good. I'm looking forward to seeing it. I know, like you said, I know they're really good players. Some Bears. I think some of the others I've seen them around. Fantastic players on the ice. So if we get enough people down and we get skill level, we should be really good. It's be a good game to watch.
And you guys obviously are going to be sitting watching a bit of this and then getting prepped for the game. What sort of routine have you got in store for the guys later on? Obviously not giving too much away.
Oh, it's pretty straightforward for a game like this. It's just about trying to get to know each other. We don't get much time to coach the systems and stuff. So we go with stuff everybody knows, and then it's just getting to know you, get to know your line mates, have a little chat, just relax, keep it cool, and then get ready to launch it and make it really intense during the game.
Excellent stuff. I'm going to grab one of these GBU girls that's coming on the ice, so we'll get them in for a wee interview in a minute. But Mike, you got any last minute things to say before the games today?
No, not really. Just really looking forward to it. I think it's a great opportunity to do this again. I hope it's something in university ice hockey right through the country. It's really good to highlight this and let people know what's going on. Okay, and I'm next. Oh, she's went on nice. All right, okay, we'll just leave it then. Thanks very much, Mike. So I'm as I say, down behind the benches, but of course there's two guys calling the game, and that is Kali Yusatato, which I'm pretty sure is wrong, and Nick Ivo. So I'm going to pass you back to them just now. Thanks, folks.
Thank you, Rambo. And welcome from us as well here on the Eagle's Nest, or the Perch, rather.
Exactly. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Big matchup this afternoon, sorry. Well, there was a big matchup this morning, but we'll talk less about that. But big game coming up here, first of the IAS games, and certainly, well, Cali this morning we had a chance to get out there on the ice with the IAS girls, and I think it's safe to say we were both impressed.
Yeah. Especially more through all the last year, throughout the IAS lineup, but especially the IAS top six. They were flying up and down the ice, and very impressed with that part of the team. We know that there's more players available this year than they had last year, and it really shows, Nick. It really does.
It does, and hopefully we're going to get a good competitive game and close scoreline, and something that's going to keep us all well entertained this afternoon before the men's event later on this evening.
I'm guaranteed it will, because this will be a great matchup.
So in the same way, we've got both teams out there on the ice at the minute. It's just ticked under 9 minutes to go in this warm-up, where they're just going to get a feel for the puck before heading back into the changing rooms. I believe we're still on target for a face-off around 2:30.
Yes.
So
that is
should be
the schedule.
Should be a good one. Now, yep. I think we're going to go to the team list now. Joe, the voice of reason, has just told me that we're ready to go. So we're going with Steeples, Lang, Wallace, Jones, Urquhart, Petrosino, Turnbull, Rafter, Baldwin, O'Brien, Thorpe, Karodi, Adams, Thornton, Lester, Owen, Milne, Whiteley, Brown, and Brain. Now, anyone on there, Callie, who's particularly standing out for yourself?
Of course, who played last year, Isabel Whiteley, Monica Petrosino. They were very, very impressive last year. Of course, Abby Thornton, the captain as well. The goaltenders, Owen, Steeples, both very solid. But yeah, those three names, and I've had been able to spend a little bit of time with Louise Adams, number 17, on ice with her down in London Way in Streatham, and yep, she can motor and fly as well. So she's someone to definitely keep an eye out for.
Yeah, and I think we touched on earlier when there was just the two of us. We talked about obviously perhaps the IAS team having individual talent, but I think one thing we both noted was this GBU team is just such a hard-working and well-drilled unit that you're not going to get many kind of breakdowns from Coach Rathbone's team here, and IAS are going to have to be pretty opportunistic and throw something at them here to try and break down those systems. And certainly they're a well-drilled bunch, and perhaps stronger as a whole number than the individual parts.
Yeah, I mean, they played a lot together for a long time. They've been in Finland for a camp. They practiced. They haven't changed that much from last year. So yeah, it's hard to. It's they work well together, and it's a good glued together. It's a one unit, and it's definitely going to be one. Can the evenly matched lines and not the GBU just coming in waves all the time?
Yeah.
Can that defeat the probably a little bit top-heavy IAS team? That how much? Well, of course, goaltending is a big thing. That if IAS is able to break the GBU goalie right at the beginning and get a couple in, that if they manage to do that, and if they don't manage to do that, then what? Like, where do they go from there?
Exactly. The other thing is, this is as designed. This is supposed to be here for the GBU men's and women's teams to give them a good test, obviously, as part of their development program and their cycle for the World University Games. And obviously, for these girls, unfortunately, not making the tournament this year due to ranking. But other than that, I know I spent some time with them in Finland, and they had a great camp out there, playing against a Chinese select team and then a local Finnish team. But they are incredibly strong, and we're going to have to see what they've got here. I know they've got a couple of new players in, or a couple of returning players, but certainly I think it's as you said, if IAS can kind of catch them on the hop here and give them a game straight off the bat, that could be interesting.
That's one thing that I was thinking, that because of last year's game, in all fairness, was very lopsided to GBU. It was pure dominance on them. So if that might be because the team hasn't changed that much, that it's something that is playing on their mind, that they in the back, even though they're trying to tell themselves that, oh, it won't be easy, you will still think inside your head, it was so easy last year.
Yeah.
So that's one thing, that if IAS managed to come out of the gates the way they can, and literally to surprise them in the, let's say, first 5 minutes just with that speed and skill of the top lines, then we just need to see how GBU is able to recover from it. And again, if they're able to weather that storm, where does the IAS go from there?
Exactly.
So very, very. I'm so excited for this.
Exactly, and hopefully, Joe, you got the international roster, and here they come, the international All-Stars women: Paul, Gordon, Agnew, Benson, Gallimore, Gottliebet. Better get that right.
Yep.
Mullen, Larty, Loy, McDonald, Isatalo.
Aitasalo.
Yeah, you know better than me. Lou Hobart, Reidelberger. Oh, Reidelberger, yeah, that's the one. Van der Veen, Harrison, Henne, Cheong, and Healy. So again, who are we picking out off of this? I know we obviously had that practice with them this morning, and we were impressed by a lot of people. But who's your main picks?
Yeah, I mean the top line: Gottlieb, Paul, and Benson is.
Paul.
They have some mids, they have some legs. It's and of course the second unit led by Reidelberger, who plays with Cheong and Mullen. They look very impressive as well. And the third line, I don't remember who. Let's check it out.
I think the third line you've got Harrison, Agnew, and McDonald, and I'm guessing.
And Aitasalo is rotating in that one. And from what I saw of them, they will definitely be
that's
strong.
That's a solid line.
Third line. And if they manage to be able to play a defensive system that they can, then they're gonna GBU probably won't get through them. And we warming up the goalies, short a lot of the goalies, so the goalies were looking solid. I'm assuming Henne is probably gonna be the starter out of the two, but either way,
I'm thinking so. Anyway, we're gonna bring our main man back in down there and find out what's the view like from ice level down there, Rambo.
It's very exciting down here at ice level, watching them doing their warm-up, seeing the quality of some of the players that are going to be on display in this game later on. A couple of players to watch out for, obviously. I've heard you guys mention her, number 9 for the International All-Stars, and Benson scored a lot this season. But the person I'm probably most excited to see playing an International All-Stars shirt, who really wanted last year but missed out through injury, is Robin Mullen, number 13. She plays with the Nottingham team. Callie, I think you've probably maybe played against her, or certainly seen her play.
Yeah.
I'm sure you'll know that she's a fantastic player.
Yep.
On the GBU side of things, you've got the speedster Monica Petrosino, number 7, and of course you've got all those hands and all that talent of Louise Adams to watch out for in number 17. So yeah, guys, just watching it from down here, I'm glad I'm not playing in this game is quite frankly my answer to you guys. The chat is they're just far too good for even a grizzled vet like myself to keep up with. So there you have it, guys. I'll pass it back to you for some more analysis.
Yeah, thank you very much, Rambo. And again, I think just going back to the IAS team, I think we were saying obviously if this team, the good thing is sometimes you look at the squad like they had last year and even the men last year, we're a combination of single players from different clubs and bringing them together. There's a big contingent here from obviously the Steel Queens, and there's a big contingent of players who played together last year, and there's a little bit more familiarity about it. And certainly, like watching that practice this morning, that was not the look of a team getting to know each other. That was a pretty.
No, there was definitely some chemistry in the top 6, especially, and the way they pass in the pocket, where they move together in different layers. It looked good. And I can't believe we didn't mention the top defensive pair for IAS, Vanderveen Lahti.
Yeah,
like they could be playing in Tier 1 easily.
Exactly.
Easily.
I was just going to avoid those guys because I think we're probably going to do enough talking about them as we go through. But
yeah, but I mean, if you're talking about players to watch, like you can't not mention them.
Exactly, and certainly I'm sure Coach Rathbone's been drilling his players on some of these people to watch. But in the same way. It goes both ways. And now we're just going to hand back.
You can talk all you want, but it's very different when you actually face them on the ice.
Yep, and now I think just looking down there, Rambo has grabbed the smartest dressed man in the building, Mr. Coach Ryan Rathbone. I'll hand back over to Rambo.
So Ryan, some bad news earlier on. You're revisit that, but can you talk us through your dress code for the day?
Oh, we've come very smart today. We've gone all out with a velvet outfit there. We've come smart, trying to show a nice professional image.
And you guys are, I mean, watching this, I don't know how much of the warm-up you've watched, but I'm glad I'm not out there playing in this game. Are you glad that you've hung up the boots as well?
Oh yeah, definitely. I don't have the energy anymore.
And so you're going to have now a break. I think there's a nice cut. At the very least, there's a short break for you guys to get yourselves ready and prepared for the game. Any final words before you go and chat to the girls?
No, just make sure you enjoy it. People watching it, make sure you enjoy it.
Thanks very much, Ryan. Back to you guys.
Thank you very much, Rambo. Well, we're just getting ready for this one and just looking over. Not sure exactly whether or not there's going to be an ice cut, but we'll find out very shortly. I'm just going to navigate Rob Grant's laptop and get up the live feed, see who's tuning in. Certainly a big game here, obviously. Big game.
Oh yeah, live stream. Good to know. I was just gonna do that, but people have been asking me all day, when is it on? Where is it on? So now we know. I'm just gonna go start sharing the. Yep, we're gonna have an ice gun actually. So the gates have just been opened by the Ice Sheffield staff.
And we are gonna have an ice cut.
Yep, there we go.
Right, and I think what we're going to do is we're just going to take a short intermission while we small little comfort break and we collect our thoughts before this first period. And I'm sure Rambo down there is going to try and find some more people for us to speak to.
Absolutely. See you guys soon.
So as promised, I have grabbed a player for an interview. I'm joined with Shannon Lang. Shannon, second time in this game. How does it feel to be part of it again?
Yeah, it's really good. I'm really excited about today's game. I think it'll be a lot more competitive than the last one that we played. The IAS team are looking really good this year, so I think it'll be a good game.
And of course, you were part of the group that went to Finland before. Do you want to tell us a little bit about that experience and the good time you had over there?
Yeah, sure, it was fantastic. So we got the opportunity to play against a team from China. That was an amazing experience for me. It was a great confidence boost for me as well. Like getting to play on one of the top lines and getting to play well with those girls. So that was really enjoyable, and the team really came together. We were only away for a short period of time. Some of the girls obviously never joined us in Finland, and we had some new girls come join us in Finland that hadn't been part of the programme before, so I think the team like really bonded really well like over the couple of days that we had together, and then we played really well in those games, so yeah, it's good.
And is it a bit of a weird dynamic playing against players that you've got quite familiarity with?
It is and it isn't. Like, I've been playing hockey for years and years now, so I think I'm used to playing against like some of my friends and like teammates that are on different teams and things, and I think it's really nice. Like, we've both got like kind of good like competitive level, but at the same time we've got enough respect for each other that, you know, it's not like we're going out like all guns blazing to like hurt one another or anything like that. Like, we're going to go out and play a good game of hockey, and yeah.
Excellent, thanks very much, Shannon. So guys, I don't know if you heard that. It was Shannon. She's excited for the game. I don't know if you guys have had your comfort break and ready to come back in. No, I have to keep talking, apparently. As we get closer and closer to face-off here, I'm getting more and more excited. You can tell that the GB players are pumped for the game and are not taking this as any kind of just exhibition. They are totally up for it and want to make sure that they get the W today. So no second chances. I obviously took Shannon out, but I've not got much chance to speak to anyone else before the game starts. So make sure that you keep tuned in for this one. After this, of course, we've got the men's game as well. There's still tickets available if you want to make your way to Ice Sheffield and you can catch the tail end of this one and the start of the men's game, which will be brought to you from 5:15. So I'll take a brief break at the moment. I'm sure Nick and Callie will be back at some point to take you through the action, and they'll bring me in as and when, or if they can be bothered. Okay, cheers guys. Of course, one other thing to advertise today, Nick and I will be doing our power ranking show later on today, probably in between the period breaks. So make sure you stay tuned in between the periods, and I will bring that to you. In between periods in this game, we'll have Monica Petrosino for the first period, that speedster I talked about, who played down in Dumfries just 2 weeks ago for the full GB team. Ready, so make sure you're ready for this one. Okay, cheers. So, ladies and gentlemen, the Zamboni has finished resurfacing the ice here. And yes, I would like another microphone, Joe. And and the teams are ready. You can hear the noise coming from the GBU dressing room behind me, largely because they've not turned the music system off. And then, do you want me to do Sunday?
No, I don't want you to do Sunday. We're a little bit way off that, Rambo.
Oh my word! Hello everyone and welcome to the GBU versus IAS game 2019. We're glad you've all joined us here today. I did not know I was going live on the microphone, but we thank you for coming here to Good Friday, great hockey. Thank you all for your continued support. That'll do, pig. First up, oh no, I'm not on that anymore, am I?
Oh.
Yeah, put me back on, I'll introduce the GBU team. So welcome to the ice, the GBU women's team and the International All-Star Women Team 2019. Let's keep the atmosphere good all game long and really support these players. Back to you in the gantry.
Anyway, we're after Rambo's brief little interlude of taking over the whole show. Welcome to the Rambo Variety Hour. He's even taking over the rink now. Maybe that's why we should have kept him up here. He's a lot more contained. He's on the loose. He'll be on the public session on the other side in between period breaks, won't you, Rambo? And they're making his international coaching debut, Mr. Matt Dybel. Rambo,
is it pronounced Dybel? I just call him Deblay. You know, like Michael Bublé. Deblay.
So
okay, sorry. Let's stop laughing at the man's name.
Either way, we're getting ready for the start in this one. The ice still looks a little bit patchy and wet in areas, but
it does.
But no, we're.
It's a defender's nightmare where you try to make a D-to-D pass and the puck just stops behind the net, right where the forechecker is. But it looks like they're ready to huddle up. The referees are doing the patch tests. Maybe wait a little longer. I think the captain, Melissa Reiderberger, is telling the referee just that it's a lot of water behind the net, especially. It's usually where it gathers. And I think the referees are agreeing with having a little bit of a hold up. And the head of refereeing of the tournament is also here. Just walked past us and said that, yep, that is about as wet as an otter's pocket out there.
Guys, I'm at ice level and I can confirm it is wetter than an otter's pocket down here.
Told you.
Rambo, just to confirm, repeating Callie's jokes isn't funny.
I didn't hear him.
Well, start listening.
I just like the thing. I just like know the fact that we're in the same wavelength with Rambo.
Well, the good news is that Rambo has volunteered to go downstairs and squeegee the ice.
You should have dressed me up as a sponge. It wouldn't have taken long.
But just slid you across the ice like a curling stone.
So, in this, we've got wearing the armbands in the middle, Scott Ellis, along with Neenan and Beresford on the lines.
Yep.
Still, you know what? Joe is a man of the people. Joe's everywhere. He does everything. Look at him. He's got
actually
the
go
squeegees.
squeegee. How did he get there so fast? Are you kidding me?
I think there's two of Joe. At least two.
Seriously, he was just here. Even Rob Grant, who is known for his immaculate peripheral vision, didn't see Joe go, and now he's on the ice level.
To be fair, Rob Grant's peripheral vision is a lot better than his camera vision.
Yeah, thankfully.
Otherwise, we're all in trouble.
Yep. Otherwise, you would see the first walking and talking example of constant tunnel vision. It would help with the camera work, though. We only seem to have one penalty box attendant today, so it looks like the IAS going to take a brunt of the penalties while we wait for the referees to squeegee the ice. Yeah, I don't have the exact lineups. I never got them or the line combinations from GBU, so we'll see.
It's a mystery.
Yeah, it's a mystery, but it looks like Rafter and Adams. So Rafter, Adams, Wallace,
Lang,
and who was the third player? I can't see that. She's just turned around. It's Baldwin.
Yep.
Yeah. No. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Baldwin, number 11. So that would be the GBU's starting line and IAS first line. Gottlieb, Paul, Benson, Van de Veen, Lahti, which is some kind of a first line to put out there.
It is.
And we'll see what's going to happen when the puck drops. And I personally cannot wait to see what happens.
Any chatter down there between the benches, Rambo?
Any chirping early on?
Both teams are talking about how wet the ice is. There was a nice showing of mutual respect between Lissel Reidelberger and Abby Thornton there just before the game starts. I think the starting lineup is Louise Adams, Shannon Lang, and
Baldwin.
I'm not sure it is because she's on the bench.
Oh, sorry, Lang Valleys, Adams, Rafter,
B. Lester. And I've actually lost the starting lineup from Ryan took it away from me, so I don't have it anymore.
Ryan likes to keep things secret. He's holding his card against his chest. What a sneaky man. So we are literally watching ice dry. I know it's not the most important. It is important. That's why we're waiting for it. But it's not the most interesting thing in the world. But that's what we have to do right now so that we have optimal ice conditions to start the game. Looks like the ice crew, I don't think it's that warm in here, so the ice crew should know how much water you put on that ice.
No, and we've got 62 people now watching in, obviously joining us, and a healthy selection of people in the crowd as well for this game.
Yep.
That just shows that Good Friday, the most fun thing to do is watch ice dry.
That's.
I'm still a little bit concerned that.
Great state of affairs.
I'm still a little bit concerned that Joe's a long way around there, and I'm in no fit position to run the gorilla position for a game of this importance.
Yeah, but luckily we have Rob Grant. He's a man of many talents.
Now we're moving the net out of the way.
Are they going to bring the Zamboni back on to dry the ice? I think that's what's going to happen now. Or are they just drying the crease? I don't know why they're moving the nets. They have to bring the Zamboni on. This is weird. We do apologize for the delay.
Imagine if we had someone down there in between the glass who probably had a better finger on the pulse as to what's going on.
Your guess is as good as mine, guys. I think the ice has been, well, for want of a better expression, over-flooded. And it's quite frankly, it's more like water polo surface right now than it is like an ice paddock. I think they're bringing someone round to have a look at who might have 50 pence for the meter and turn the freezer up.
Well, on the live stream, obviously, a lot of sport. Rambo, as expected for IAS on the live stream.
And is that coming from the British public or just from? Is there a lot big foreign contingent?
Seems like we've got a big foreign contingent following in, friends and family from the looks. But other than that, as always, we've got some love for the Lions out there.
Oh, is it?
Oh, of course, yeah.
Of course, the Lions are out there.
And their girl, Emma Gordon.
The squeegees are going out, or are they just handing them over to Joe and someone else? I don't think you would need to bring a Zamboni on for this. But yeah, they definitely have overflight. You can still see, like, especially here next to the boards and then the far end on our left and the players' right. The referees having a bit of a conference with the ice crew there, trying to figure out how and why, because heads will roll.
Oh, now Rambo, remember, it's slippy out there.
No,
where are you going?
No, don't get off the ice.
No.
We're going to have a repeat of Andy Miller's.
Oh, we're going to have an interview.
I've got Maggie Benson here, who is Zamboni trained. Perhaps she can tell us what maybe is going on.
I'm not an expert, but I would say maybe they didn't turn off the water when they were going below the goal line. So we've got a bit of a swimming pool situation. They're trying to get a dry cutout, which will pick up some water.
Okay, and I don't know if you heard the terrible news, but the interviews didn't record properly earlier on. So do you want to give that shout out again just now?
That's Schoon. We're really glad that you're not playing for GBU today, but the Eagles and the Stale Queens are going to miss you this weekend. Have a lot of fun in Spain.
Thanks very much, Maggie. So there you have it from an expert herself. Exactly what, or maybe a guess, a good guess and an educated guess at what's going on down there.
Yeah,
Thank you very much, Rambo. You're proven to be an absolute asset down there already.
that's gorgeous.
Just laying the precedent for Cali.
Yeah, that's a dangerous thing to do.
That is a dangerous thing to do.
Don't make me try to top something.
We're now up to 70 people watching the ice dry.
Just while I'm on this, Callie, I meant to ask for your camera. Is there any chance you could send Hayden round with it so I can take some photos of this game?
Sure. Yeah. Let me just grab it because there is not much. Oh, now they're pushing the nets back.
Oh, you got plenty of time, Callie. You can make it round there.
Yeah.
Callie's coming round.
Oh, Callie's coming round. Okay.
Yeah, we got plenty of time. And there appears to be some modicum of action going on. They appear to be having a chat on the bench, Rambo. Get the microphone in there.
I don't think that picks up well enough.
No, it struggled to pick up Big Man Chalossi from 6 inches away. And we are going to have a dry cut from the looks. So, ladies and gentlemen, you're now going to get to watch another Zamboni experience.
Perhaps we could tell the audience that they could go and get a refreshment.
Ooh, double dry cut. Well, the 72 people watching in, you can either sit and watch the double dry cut, which will take about 5 minutes, or you can very quickly go and whip yourself up into a frenzy and come back. Or perhaps go and get a refreshment might be a better idea. Right then, people of the live stream and people of the live feed, if you're still here and you've not gone to amuse yourselves.
Please don't put me on the tannoy to tell jokes. Did you just say to speak to me through TalkBack? Oops.
Well,
I'll do an announcement if you want.
We're just going to have a short announcement here by Rambo Gray.
We're not on this rink yet. So, here comes the Zamboni.
Rambo, maybe nip next door and announce next door that there's a game going on if they want to come across and watch. So, dry cut coming our way.
Yes, luckily we have those 3 messengers with those stripy shirts. I gave the camera to one of them so they can take it over to Rambo.
Oh, that's good.
And had a quick chat about the ice situation, and they said that the middle of the ice and behind the nets are absolutely horrible. So they are bringing in Zamboni on now for a dry cut, and after that we should be good to go.
So Rambo, what are you up to down there?
Try to work out how to put to take photos of Callie's camera properly.
Wow.
Yeah. It's a technological thing.
Don't touch the setting and take the lens cap off. It should be
My,
ready.
my thoughts were more, could we not get you on the tannoy and you to start some kind of like Icelandic Viking clap or something?
Would we not be better with Callie for that?
Although I must say that you probably won't get very good pictures through the glass with the camera, so it might be not worth wasting your time with it. No,
in other words, it's not worth wasting filling up your memory.
No, well, I don't think you've managed to do that. But the thing is that when you shoot through the glass, it's going to distort the pictures. So you would have to be dead on, and plus if the glass is a little bit dirty that you're shooting through, it just doesn't work.
So all in all, this is a waste of time.
Yeah, pretty much. I just thought about it now because I realized where you are, literally between the glasses. So
Could always.
So yeah, dry cut shouldn't take too long. It's a little bit quicker than a wet cut, and of course there's no waiting time after that. So, and the ice should be absolutely pristine after this. So we'd
hope so.
We would definitely hope so. We knew that Zamboni is making a weird sound, so probably. Oh, they didn't do a full cut. They didn't.
Also, I'm not necessarily a Zamboni expert, but my thoughts is he's going a little bit too fast.
Yeah. But I mean, the ice has been drying for about 20 minutes now. So they really only have the few trouble spots that they need to get rid of. As you can see, he's not even going next to the boards at the moment, so he's just doing, what, lap and a half?
So for those guys who are just tuning in, like Ian, missed you this morning, my friend, but for those guys just tuning in, basically the initial cut that was done was, it was too wet. So we're now just doing a dry cut after we did attempt to let it dry for a little while, but we're now intervening. We're just going to do a quick little dry cut here, and hopefully this means we can get started. Rambo looks like a man who's about to announce something.
Sure about to announce something, but I'm just hoping that this obviously dry cut won't affect the quality of game too much, but also it has a knock-on effect on the game afterwards as well. So I'm not sure what that's going to mean for.
Well, it's good. It's good news that Scott Ellis is good at water skiing.
Yeah, that looks very impressive.
One of the options might have been to do the middle, maybe just and leave the sides, because the sides were okay, I think.
I think that behind the net, the referees were saying is the biggest problem, and I guess that's what they're kind of settling for here, because they're literally just doing those.
Yes, Amy, I do believe there is ice cuts in between the periods. Hopefully we don't.
Maybe just dry cuts in between the periods.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe let's not try to.
So what we've decided to do is we're going to play 2 games of 3-on-3 cross ice either end. Callie's going to commentate on one end. I'll commentate on the other. Oh, now we've got the second Zamboni's on.
Yeah, here we go.
It's a race.
And maybe a slightly sarcastic cheer from the bench. Yeah, I'm used to having this in Lee Valley. A lot of these problems with the Zamboni is the ice, playing in puddles, swimming. The goalies especially they're always soaking wet after the warm-up. So, but I wasn't expecting it to be here this way.
This is a standard Whitley Bay problem. So
yeah, same. Lee Valley, same. Absolute yard sale. Oh, that's a very massive drift. Very well done. For a moment, if they crash now, I might cry.
I know.
Now there's a bunch of snow on the ice.
Yeah, no,
I'm not sure if they're making the situation better.
It's all right. I'm just going to entrust that they know exactly what they're doing.
I really hope so.
Rambo, be careful. Don't go pulling the Miller. Can we get an interview with Dibs? We're going to get an interview with Dibs. Oh, Rambo's on the loose. He's on the IAS bench.
I'm going to go on a bench of time so I can take decent photos after what Callie told me. So I'm thinking outside the box that was the glass cage of emotion and now standing on a bench.
I think we should put you back in the box.
You want me to go back in the glass cage of emotion?
There was a reason we put you in that box. So are you going to do a period on each bench?
Yeah. And one in the middle.
Okay.
Whatever you like.
Oh, the people in attendance have an absolute treat here. Rambo doing a live announcement. Here we go.
Thanks to everyone for sticking around. Obviously, we'll be back with the hockey as soon as possible. We hope you enjoyed the warm-up so far. But we'll be back.
It's not a warm-up, it's a dry-off.
And back with Zamboni Wacky Races in between periods.
Many days later. Oh, well, one Zamboni's had enough. I think Ellis is following them. Oh, stop! Danger zone!
Oh, danger zone.
And the other one has equally had enough.
Hopefully.
Oh, no, he's hooked to right. He's not done.
He's really eager, isn't he?
You missed a bit. All of it. You missed the door. You're supposed to get off. So obviously in this topsy-turvy world that we call life, I'm guessing are we waiting for a wet cut now, Joe, are we?
I think we're going to have another wet cut and then another double dry.
My understanding is that we're now planning a benefits concert for all the people who have died while this ice cut's been going on.
Oh. We're nearly there now.
75 people watching. The increased attendance throughout this double dry cut.
If
they come for the hockey and stay for the bands.
Oh, well, it's, maybe in the future we'll not play the hockey, we'll just have the Zambonis going round.
This is the worst comedy hour in the history of the world. But it looks like we're getting ready to go again.
Hey, nets are back out.
Well, now we probably, hopefully, finally we get to find out what is the starting lineup for GBU, which we're
maybe they've changed. No, here we go. I'd get the whole team out there for a skate. That's a good idea. Clear the benches. Bench clearance in progress.
Are we having warm-up too now? We've had warm-up, cool-down, warm-up, cool-down, warm-up.
No, hold on. We had morning skate, dinner, warm-up, cool-down, warm-up.
Cool-down.
Yeah. I think we look like we're getting ready for an interview, Rambo. With the most reluctant man in the building.
So Dibs, I'm on the bench with you obviously just now. I've come on so I can take clearer photos. They'll probably still be terrible. But obviously a bit of a delay here. How do you think?
Well, it's happened for both teams, so nobody's really just their advantage from it.
And Dibs, is there anyone you...
No.
Okay, I'll obviously move back to where I was, which is over here, which I think is optimum position for the microphone. And I'll join you guys later if you want me.
It's one of those situations where we'll call you, not you call us.
So yeah, now we know it's Lester, Rafter, Wallis, Lang, and Adams who is starting. Adams again.
And we're finally ready to go.
Paul,
85 watching in for the start of this game.
Caught a limit ball and Benson against them, and Paul takes the puck and enters the GBU zone immediately, goes around the defender, tries to come in front of the net, it's put off, Paul put the puck just through the crease, Benson bringing the pressure,
Here's Van der Veen, puts it deep. Benson there first, behind the net. Gottliebet right next to her. And it's Gottliebet's feet. She's looking for options, but Adams comes in defensively for the center position and tries to bring it up from the left wing. Good move. Another good move. Here she comes, Louise Adams coming through this neutral zone. Passes it to Wallace, who's going behind the net, harassing Van der Veen. Gottliebet calms the situation down, goes other side to Lahti. Just past her stick, but she puts it up to Benson, just evades her. And here comes GBU, has a chance to go, but it's Gottliebet with a good stick, and which she now loses somehow. And GBU coming in with Whiteley and Milne. Now GBU getting a little bit of a handle after that very early storm. Reiderberger tries to play it out, stopped on the line by Brain.
Oh, chance out front.
Milne trying to go between the legs. But the puck goes behind the IAS net. And it's Hobart, goes to Reiderberger. And Melissa Reiderberger, the captain of the team, coming up the wing, harassed by Milne. But she still comes somehow through with the puck. Oh, yep, the IAS coach Lukas popping by for a quick hello there in the middle of everything. And here's Petrosino, the speedster, and yeah, you see the speed on display.
Matched stride for stride by Mullen.
Yep, Mullen looking strong.
This is a big key matchup for this game, and those two against each other.
Yep, Reiderberger just plays it out of the zone, and it is Brown chasing, but she's being chased by Joel, and it just goes to be an icing. What a start to this game. It's absolutely furious 2 minutes, my goodness. Mullen, Chong, Reiderberger still on the ice against Turnbull. Turnbull, I'm struggling. Turnbull and Thornton there, and I'm struggling to see the number of the third player. It's Orquart and Chong alone out against 4 GBU players, and of course, and not a surprise that GBU gets the puck. It's Turnbull going out, and he's not an offside. Turnbull thought it's going to be, but it wasn't. That is caught by Orquart, who's looking for a pass to middle. Turnbull in front of the net. Now some more pressure for GBU. This is more like it from
nice passing.
Yeah, moving the puck well.
Lucky.
This is maybe where it comes to display that these girls have played together for a long time and know each other well, or at least most of them. Brown, harassed by Agnew. Maggie Agnew taking her first strides in this game. And loses the puck. There's not enough support. Harry's a little bit late coming into the play.
Daniel Turnbull plays that one up the wing.
Good keeping. Gallimore on the blue line, and here comes IAS. And it's somewhere in the feet, Harrison, and she can't get it in. It was stuck in her feet, but a turnover and almost a quick strike coming in from GBU.
And again, straight away, I think this is living up to the billing, Rambo. That like this is going to be a punch for punch battle. This is not a one-for-one kind of fight.
And there we have Gottlieb.
That's right. It's absolutely gaspy up here, down here.
Oh, Van der Veen shoots, but that hits Paul in the leg. Benson behind the net drops it to Gottlieb. Good cycle. How synchronized was that? Gottlieb looking for the pass.
Just evades Paul on the back post.
Van der Veen, Paul loses it, but Van der Veen, she will keep it in, looking for a D2D. No, she shoots high puck, and it just hits Benson and it goes down. Lahti puts it in front. Here's a chance. Gottlieb. Oh, she puts it right through the crease. That was an open net, but Gottlieb on the backhand couldn't carol it just in. But great pressure from the IAS. Van der Veen shoots, and it goes in! Van der Veen does what she did all season and puts the puck in the net. Point shot. I'm not sure if it was deflected.
No, I don't think that gets anyone on the way through.
Let's see it on the replay here. Good traffic. It goes straight through. Benson was right there, but it was Lester, the defender for GBU, who was standing right in front of it's not Steeples. It's Owen and the net.
No, yeah, she's unsighted for the first initial part of that shot anyway.
Yep.
But either way, that's a great start for the IAS team.
That's a big start.
And it is a chance.
And here's the second line for IAS. John Reiderberger chasing Louis Adams. Wallace goes in against Hobart. the puck in front, but there's no one there apart from the IAS players, and he comes out of the zone. O'Brien fails to keep it in, goes D to D. Braid, Adams, oh, good move. She loves that side-to-side move. And now there's a GBU player offside, but here comes Adams. She's trying to dance through every single IAS player.
Good save. First action for Henny in goal.
Yep, comfortable looking save. Maybe if she was, looks like she was warmed up pretty well this morning, no, Nick?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. As if she had two experienced shooters shooting at the boards behind her.
Two former Profilic snipers. And here's Breiderberger, makes a good move, protects the puck. She's come on the far side. Jong, he comes through to her. Mullen.
Miss Mullen.
Mullen tries to cut to the middle, and here she comes. Oh, what a goal! Mullen, short side, bar down. Are you kidding me with that shot? Wow!
Robin Mullen coming as advertised as the potential star of the team. And with shooting like that, you can see why. Rambo, anything to add to that?
Oh my goodness.
I told you at the top of the show, all about 4 hours ago before the Zambonis came on, that she was one to watch. What a shot.
To be fair, Rambo, you told me about 6 months ago.
There we go.
That is true.
We do our homework.
Petrosino. Now, GB got to punch back here. A little bit of a...
This is the first 5-minute storm. 2 goals for IAS. What can GBU do? How will they respond?
Emma Gordon tries to play that one away, just unfortunately can't make it there.
It's Whiteley and Petrosino with Mill. This is their very top, like the danger line, if you will. And they are pressing the action to the IAS end. Whiteley trying to play it. Here's Petrosino. Twisting, turning, but defended well by McDonald in the corner. Mill puts it back to Whiteley. Oh, sorry, that was Whiteley to Mill.
There's a lot of zone time here, but not a lot of end product.
Yep, they're very IAS pushing them next to the board.
GB with so much domination, they actually got a full line change in during that shift in the zone.
And here comes IAS. It's Aitasalo who...
McDonald.
Lester behind the net. McDonald, Aitasalo, and Paul on the ice now. So IAS looking to go back to their big line immediately.
That big line's on the way back.
Yep. Here comes Benson on the ice. Paul's already there. Aitasalo is looking to go out and changing for Gottliebet when she has a chance.
It's well blocked. Van der Veen.
Yep.
Tries to play that around the boards. Past Turnbull. That one's sent back round.
Aitasalo is a bit stuck on the ice. The rest of the top line is already out there.
Needs to get to the bench now.
Yep, she should go really now. Oh, and now she's finally changing. At the same time, the puck is kept in by Lahti, and Paul, nope, it's still at Lahti's feet. Paul is battling against two, Korodi and Mill next to the boards. Here comes Benson, and it's an absolute war there next to the boards. Turnbull is there as well. And now, finally, Gottliebet gets some space, moves on around the D, try to pass it in front, there's no one there. Benson on the back post, but they go back to the point. Van der Veen, Gottliebet,
Smart
Benson.
Play. Benson.
Scott Lahti on the point, doesn't make the pass. Benson continues to cycle. Paul against Turnbull behind the net, and Turnbull comes out with the puck, and GBU finally relieves some of the pressure, but Gottliebet quickly takes the puck and puts it up to Benson, who pushes it into the zone. The bouncing puck into the zone. Change time by Mullen, who scored that absolutely gorgeous goal only a few minutes ago.
Oh,
Gottliebet.
Gottliebet, sorry.
Yep, and Hobart. Oh, it just bounces over the thick. Can she keep it in? Yes, she can. Chong going behind the net, chasing Korodi.
Oh, the play.
And she takes it away. What a move. Chong looking for pass in front. Oh, good. Owen gets a stick on that because there were Weideberger and Mullen were both right in front of the net, and here comes an Aaron puck to Mullen. Can she make magic again? Oh, what a move! Here comes Mullen. Shoots! Oh, and what even better save from Stephanie Owen.
I have no idea how that puck made it through that gap to the net.
How dynamic is Mullen? Oh my goodness, I had no idea.
How's life down there on the bench, Rambo?
I was just messaging up to remind you where the trophy is, since I didn't bring it down, put it at the side.
Well, congratulations. Thank you very much.
It's in a Tesco bag just along from where Callie's sitting.
Delightful.
Yep.
But now we seem to have got the third line for IAS out there. Harrison, Nagnu, McDonald.
Harrison, it deflected off the GBU defense and almost went in. And here's Brown trying to calm the situation down. Harrison with the poke check, but just misses. And here comes GBU. It's Brain against McDonald. Just a long shot. Ooh, a little bit of a shaky shave. Maybe Henne has it. She hasn't seen a lot of action, so not sure if that's going to play a factor. Here's Agnew and Thorpe behind the net. Hobart going the corner with Baldwin. And Harrison there as well. It's a dig fest next to the boards. Brain gets it away from Hobart, but Brown comes in. Oh, I'm sorry, that's not Brown, that's Thorpe. Oh, and a good move at the blue line, a shot. But it's IAS putting the body on the line. This third line is very impressive right now. Just putting their body on the line, and here comes the big, I was gonna say big guns, but it's the big girls. Benson takes the puck away, puts it off to Paul off the boards, but it's kept out by Karodi at the blue line. Benson shoots it in, and again it's Karodi. Sorry, not Karodi, that's Leicester. They need some bigger numbers on these jerseys because that's an offside. Wally's a little bit too eager there and goes to an offside.
Since Mr. Rathbone doesn't have an earpiece in and can't hear what's going on, Rambo, any feedback there from Coach Dibbs on obviously what he's telling his team right now?
I think he's just telling them to keep doing what they're doing. Obviously make sure that they're not getting lost out there in shifts. One of the shift lengths a little bit long there, but pretty much I think he's just happy with what they're doing. They're putting bodies on the line, getting bodies to the puck.
Definitely, and it looks to me like what we were expecting. The third line is playing very solid defensive hockey, and the top two lines are attacking, and here comes Gottlieb in a foot race with two number 12s, O'Brien and Gottlieb, and O'Brien barely wins it. But here's Gottlieb, she gets an errant puck again in the middle. She's got Mullen in the middle, and it goes, Joe shoots! Oh, and it just misses wide, but here's Mullen, gets an errant puck. Mullen twisting, turning against Adams. Louis Adams trying to make something happen, and he does eventually get it out to the blue line, and Wallace does get it out of the zone. Oh, and here's
chance.
And it is a penalty. It's going to be a penalty for number 11 Gallimore for tripping. I don't think you can argue with that one.
I think he might be going to try. Nope.
Smart. Oh, we only have one penalty box attendant, so our one penalty box attendant is literally climbing over the glasses to do his job. What a hero, unsung hero. Here, penalty kill, Mullen and Chong and Lahti van der Veen for the IAS.
Big shot, tip in the slot.
And as expected, Whiteley, Petrosino and Milne on the ice for the GBU, with Adams on the point with Leicester. Here's Adams, shoots. Sorry, it's Wallis, Petrosino and Whiteley. Milne none on the ice in this shift. Adams and Leicester now having to pack off. Mullen just looking for options and makes a good move, and it goes on the attack all of a sudden. Shoots an absolute howitzer. Owen had to be quick to duck that one, and she takes a line chase, and now there's all sorts of bodies on the ice. Looked for a moment that they were slow to get up, and they weren't actually. Eventually, Petrosino, bit of a hack and whack there. There's Whiteley in the corner. Adams shoots, good shot, easy save by Henne with Van der Veen, making sure there's no rebounds or even attempt to get one. And here, one of our new additions. You can see the shot count 4-3.
I'm just going to suggest, Joe, was it a slow week at work?
And that face-off was won by IAS, but it doesn't go out. Turnbull on the point, keeps it in. Orchard, good shot, but it just misses wide. Rafter keeps it in.
Milne.
Here's Milne, who I thought was on the ice in the previous shift.
Rafter.
Good move by Agnew, making sure that Rafter doesn't have a shooting lane or a passing lane.
Good penalty kill this, to keeping them to the outside. There's not much going on.
Yeah, exactly. The very active sticks. by the IAS. Very effective.
Chance Rafter. Oh,
and I think that hit Agnew up high, but she's not phased at all.
good block again.
Another blocked shot. I was looking, why is the shot count so low? But that's why. They're getting a lot of shots, but everything is hitting a body. With 10 seconds only left in the Gallimore penalty, so that was a very impressive kill so far. Orchard comes in. It's got Milne in the middle. Orchard doesn't pass.
What a
What a
save.
save by Hen! Big Pat save.
And that's the save of the game, and that's an important save in the context of the game.
Absolutely.
2-0 is a very different game to 2-1.
Benson plays it hard next to the boards, and here comes Orchard and plays even harder. And here comes Paul, finally gets the puck, and she's got Gottlieb in front. Here comes Azura! Gottlieb wins for Nadine Paul. What a pretty goal!
And I tell you something, 3-0 is a very, very different game to 2-1.
Yes, it is. And there we go. A massive save by Hennane 1 and flashes the right pad.
Like,
IAS
surely
goes up the ice and scores.
someone on their team's got to be going up and giving her a nice little tap on the pads there. Like, that's one of those. We wish you could give you an assist because you just earned one.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And
that was
a little defensive breakdown there, maybe for GB.
We have another penalty box attendant. This is beautiful. Right, 3-0. What can GBU do when IAS just keeps on pushing?
Here's Paul.
Again.
The IAS team are just playing without fear and just with so much confidence.
Absolutely.
Like they've got absolutely nothing to lose. Just got to come here and just play hockey.
Yeah,
and that's what they do.
It looks like they're enjoying themselves. Like we saw it earlier this morning when we were on ice with them. The sort of instant chemistry and how they move and how they cycle and drop the puck. It usually doesn't just happen like that. And
no.
Now it seems to happen like that. It's Gordon from the point.
They're just managing the puck and managing the game so well.
Mullen making moves again. It's got Reidelberg at the back post and he tries to go there, but he comes to Chung. She tries to, and she does keep it in. She goes deep, but there's Brain. Baldwin, but Gordon stops it again. Good shot.
Ooh.
Oh, and a deflection from Mullen, but she was guarded heavily by Jones.
Good
making
turn.
moves. Mullen. He's got Jong in the middle. Come on, shoot it again. And here's Jong to the opportunity. No, but he's cleared out by Brain.
Thought Mullen was going to go up over the shoulder again.
Same.
There.
I thought as well.
Same move.
And IAS changing on the fly with Gallimore, who just had the penalty with loads of energy now, pushing the play back. Agnew.
Sorry about that. Sarah Larty playing up the wing to Maggie Agnew.
And Louise Adams trying to gather speed. Goes by Agnew. She can fly. Let's see what Louise Adams has. Enters the IAS zone. Scott laying in the middle. Cuts in the middle. Adams. What a shot, but a better save by Henne. And Agnew goes down in front of the net. She seems to be a little slow to get up. And she gets off the ice to make a change. Her stick's gone as well. But GBU doesn't stop. They get pressing Henne. Another big save.
GBU could do with a puck cover here.
Wallace.
Oh, no, sorry.
IAS. And here comes Nadine Paul. Paul making moves, guarded by Rafter. Nadine Paul still making moves, gets tripped. The referee's hand doesn't go up. I'm not sure why, because that was a tripping call if I've seen one. But here's Benson, and Benson making moves, cuts to the middle. Benson shoots, and a big save by Owen. This is absolute domination by this line. Paul.
104 people watching in right now.
And it goes off the defender there. I believe that's number 10 Rafter. It's bounced off, and now finally GBU relieves the pressure.
Ice the puck though.
Ices the puck with 4 minutes on the dot remaining.
Just to confirm for those out there watching, if you are seeing that the shot might appear blurry, it is because there is a full netting around this ice rink, and we're obviously shooting this through the netting. Also, I would probably double check your settings and obviously what frame rate you've got the stream on. Chance, that was Reidelberger.
Hobart calms it down, smart play, puts it in front. It goes finally off a GBU shin pad. Hobart plays it off, skate, Reidelberger, captain, comes in. Good battle next to the boards. Mullen comes in helping, but a good pass. Whiteley, here she comes. Try to make moves, but absolutely swarmed by IAS defense. Whiteley, good pass. Now we got more space. Whiteley passes it, Petrosino behind the net. But she just calms the situation down. Milne, Petrosino. Petrosino looking for options. He's got Milne behind the net, and she does go there off the boards. Pretty passing. And Milne tried to drop it to Petrosino. And it goes off the boards, and here's Mullen again on a foot race that she half wins. But then Milne sloops down and takes the puck. But it goes off a skate and all the way back to IAS zone. Goes just over Agnew's stick. She seems to be fine. It was just her stick that she lost. O'Brien behind the net, pressured by Agnew. Here comes Petrosino, pops it to herself behind the net. It's gathering speed, has to stop. Good pressure from McDonald, number 17 there.
Good breakout from GB.
GB, yep, they break out very well. But what can they do with those breakouts?
Good
And here's a
power
strong
move.
move. Oh! Tries to go short side, and Henley says, not today.
Didn't even flinch.
Literally did not even flinch. Just went into the position, and whew, there we go. Pretty stuff.
Another big save.
Yeah, she had that one shaky save, and then when it has come down to it, she's been rock solid.
And the other thing is, it's not as if she's been obviously peppered with shots, so they're quite grade A scoring chances.
They've been good chances what she's had to face. So like you said, hasn't been a warm-up since the warm-up.
And she did sit on the bench for 30 years.
Yeah, for about, yeah.
I feel like we're missing someone. Let's bring him in. Rambo, how are you doing down there? And then we can't hear him.
Can't hear me.
Oh,
can you hear me now?
Hear you now.
You're back.
Yeah, well, that's this game is three words. Great Wall of Henny. That's actually 4 words, but right now that's what's about.
Yep. There's another power play chance for the GBU after a tripping call, and IAS is trying to start with 3 players. They probably need one more on the ice. And who?
What?
And oh, there was someone who was an illegal substitution. Okay, fair enough. So it's Whiteley, Wallace, and Petrosino again with Adams and Lester on the point, like we saw in the previous power play. And why not? They played well, but IAS played better. Short-handed, and he has a big chance. Hennes stops, 3 rebounds. He's still there. Another big pad save. Great Wall of Hennes standing tall and strong. Lester. And it just goes by Petrosino's sticks and Nadine Paul, and she will clear it with confidence. I think it was a tripping call. Yeah, it looked like a tripping call, and that's what it was. Adams, Petrosino, great pass, but 3 IAS defenders waiting. Petrosino drops it. Here comes a bomb from Lester, but that goes wide. Van der Veen had, I think she got maybe a leg on that, and an errant pass. Oh my goodness, that was almost a foot race between Paul and Adams. I would have actually quite liked to see that. Because there would have been some wheels. GBU trying to break out again. Here's Petrosino, good move around Benson. Another good move. That was a bit of a pass, and then she runs Benson over. Fair enough. Here comes Milne, looking for pass in front of the net. Oh,
talking of wheels, here's Beth Milne.
Yep.
Oh,
ooh, just kept in by Urquhart. Good pass.
GB just not quite there at the minute.
No, they're moving the puck well, but they're moving it on the outside. They cannot penetrate the square in the middle of the ice, and they can't create dangerous shots. They create shots, but it's from a distance, and either they're easy saves or they get blocked. So whatever Mr. Diblé has told his team, it's working. I'll tell you that. What a good move by Mullen. Look at her go, and here comes Mullen again. On the backhand. Oh my goodness, Owen just
hangs on to that one.
That was on its way in.
The human highlight reel again there, going 1-on-4.
Why not? Change of McDavid?
Pretty much. And we've got 9 seconds left in this penalty.
Very Datsukian way of going through
27 seconds
there.
left on the rig clock.
Yes.
Chance for one last rush.
Yep. Here he comes, but he's stopped, and he comes out of the zone. Mullen
So
there's Mullen, Benson, and Gottlieb now on the ice. So this is probably a bit of a weird blind because of the penalty kill. Adams behind the net against Gottlieb. Big battle there, and she drops it to Petrosino, but they're gonna run out of time because the period is over. 3-0 from the IAS, and safe to say that they outplayed GBU in this one.
Yeah, and unfortunately, I would say outplayed them in all aspects. In terms of,
even on the power play, there was one call that I believe that in my opinion, they missed. That should have been a penalty for the GBU, but the 2 power plays that GBU had, they didn't really produce anything dangerous.
Seem to have
which is surprising.
Seem to have good possession, but no end product again.
A GBU heading to the locker room. IAS not. Are we getting an ice cut? That's what we apparently are waiting. Matt DeBlain, he's just waving his troops to head to the locker room, at least for a talk.
Anyway, it looks like Rambo, have you got someone to talk to down there?
Yeah, I've got Monica Petrosino down here. We talked to her about her at the top of the show, the speedster herself. Monica, not the best period for GBU.
I think we've got to keep possession at the minute. I think if we play it safe, play as a unit as well. Maybe it's perhaps because obviously a lot of us haven't trained together yet. Obviously we had the 30 minutes this morning, but some of the girls, it's the first time we've been with the team. And I mean,
The happy accident line from last year, you, Isabel, and Beth back together again. Is there a little bit added pressure to you guys since you've done all the scoring?
I don't know, you'd have to ask the other two whether they feel the pressure. I mean, one thing that... So, I guess, yeah, if we use our speed, we can get past them a little bit quicker. But, yeah, hopefully we can make something happen in the second period.
Right, in which case, I think Rambo, can you hear me down there? He can. You can answer, you know.
I can hear you down here.
I think you might be calling on your skill set for a little bit more assistance. You could perhaps, I'll do the play-by-play. You do a little bit of colour from down there.
From down here.
Yeah.
Excellent.
And I'll be doing some still photography for the second period.
Our main man is going to do.
Get a couple photos for everyone of this period. So I'll be back at the beginning of the third.
Okay, I'm going to take a comfort break and then I'll be back in a moment.
And just confirm, Gus, your hair's good enough without needing highlights.
Okay, guys, I'll be back in a moment.
Yeah, we'll all be back very soon.
Guys, you need frosted tips. That's what you need.
Just to confirm, Gus, that's the kind of power you have around here. You asked, and you shall receive highlights. So there you go, enjoy, my friend. Rambo, 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 Rambo.
Is that on the stream?
Yes, it is. Hi.
Hi, Nick. This is going to be a strange experience without us sitting next to each other.
I know. This is really like it's friendship from a long distance.
It's noticeable that you're still sat on the same seat, despite the fact there's a computer screen in the way.
Yeah, but it's not really in the way. And plus, obviously, it's Rob Grant's laptop, so I can just chuck it over the edge.
Ah, fair.
To be fair, Rambo, all I'm going to say is all of our friends said a long distance relationship wouldn't work, and I'd like to say that it is so far.
Yeah, I mean we're a good 20 odd. Well, actually, based on the ice cut, about 3 years into our relationship, long distance, and we've not fallen out with each other yet. So
no, I think we're making it work. Obviously, the people on the live stream, we went up to over 100 during that first period, and they're wanting to know whether or not we can get some Zamboni highlights.
Pretty much the first.
Oh my! Have you seen the amount of water coming out the back of that Zamboni?
It's weird because at this side the ice is actually quite dry, but for some reason they just seem to want to make the crease a swimming pool.
Could you mind Rathbone? There's no diving.
Yeah, Rathbone. There's no diving in the shallow end of the rink. Diamond Chris Harris is very tentative of getting on ice. You know why? The ice is so wet and his velvet jacket looks.
Could you not like tell him to put a tie on?
Has he not got a tie on?
No.
What a scaff.
You know what? He's letting down the side, and he's the reason that they're losing 3-0. So he's not wearing a tie.
It's controversial stuff. Controversial stuff. Look at that. It's only the creek that's soaking wet again.
And the rest of the rink.
Yeah. There's every chance if a goalie goes in that, they're going to weigh 3 times more than they did when they started.
Can we? Well, obviously the second period. Well, the second period ice cut was brought to you by Plenty. So one van sheet does Plenty because we need some again. Like you can't see it from up here, Rambo, but like looking over to this side, to my right, to your left, that far corner is drenched.
It's just.
This is ridiculous.
It's a recurring theme. I'm thinking.
Welcome back to the second period of the water polo.
I think you're gonna have to get word to them to maybe dry cut this in between second and third.
They're gonna have to because this is just not happening.
I'm getting a nod improving from the chase here, as in steeplechase.
Well, the good news is we can, I don't know, Rambo, you've got plenty of people to talk to down there while we wait for, I don't know, the ice to dry again.
Do you want me to bring in my favourite /
Yeah, go for it.
Amy Baldwin. Hi, how are you?
Hello.
How are you finding the first period?
We've got work to do, I think, but we'll get there. We will get there.
And obviously you play for the Bradford Ice Wheels this season. Do you want to tell us about the Bradford team and how they got set up?
So it was the Great Gatton Bay that set the team up, as you know, and it's more of a development team for now. But we've got some amazing players, people who are really keen to get going, and it's just brilliant setup. Okay,
and in relation to this game, what adjustments do you need to make going into the second?
I think communication is massive on the ice, and just being together, playing together, passing the puck a bit more. Yeah, communication's a massive one.
Thanks very much, Amy. Good luck with the rest of the game.
Can we grab a word with Coach Dibbs?
Dibbs, they want a word from you. What? There you go, sorted. By the way, how bad was Callie's pronunciation of Coach Dibbs in that period?
Oh my lord.
Dibley, the vicar of Dibley.
That's sticking around.
Yep. Dibbs' new nickname is the vicar for the rest of the live stream.
Yes, please do. Dibley.
Oh dear. So I'm going to stay in between the glass and this one. and then I might go on the GB bench for the next.
When how far's the range on the microphone?
I'm not sure.
Well, I think we should test this.
Right, okay, hold on. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
You're on the bus. You're on the bus, Paddy. You're on the bus.
Good. Can you hear me now?
Keep going.
Me now?
Keep going. Yeah.
You hear me now?
Yeah.
Hear me now?
Yeah.
You hear me now?
Yeah. Yeah. No. No. No, you gone too far. Apart from he can't hear us, so he can't come back.
Babe, I'm back again. By the way, did you get a message to your mum that her peppermint slice was obscenely delicious?
No, I haven't, but she's currently on a plane, so you can let her know.
I will do.
Welcome back to Pond's Forge.
You know how they have, like, you know Sesame Street?
Yeah.
Well, like, this program will be brought to you by the word moist.
Moist.
There's some people, can you please tell Roy we can hear him in the background? Yeah, there's another waiting game. This is, I think it's definitely dry cut situation for the second.
Either that or learn how to drive a Zamboni.
If you could maybe get someone to relay that to the rink. "91 people tuning in." Nick, well, we've got a second. I've got the guy with the best profile photo in the BUIHA.
Mike Cannon.
No, it's Donald. Oh, actually, yeah, sorry, but it used to be. Yeah, Donald Campbell of the GBU fame. Donald, how are you looking forward to the game later on?
Definitely looking forward to it. It's the second year, probably a bit more comfortable this time. Hoping to get another win. Should be a little bit tougher this year. I think the team, we haven't trained as much as the team like we did last year. So it'll be a different experience, but definitely looking forward to it.
And you also are known of of course. Does that give you a great source of pride? Talk us through that.
It's just I've done distance running, so for me it's kind of my element. And they asked us to do a bleep test, so for me it was just run it. It was quite fun that I was the only person to do it on the first day out of all the Elite League people, so it's quite nice to kind of give me bragging rights over the referee section. It's not really known who the players are. I don't think any of the players are going to let me talk about that, to be honest.
Fair enough. We're about to get back to the action in this one, we hope.
It does look like we are ready to go.
We're ready to go. So, Donald, thanks for your time and good luck for later on.
Right then, Rambo, what do they need to do, GB, to get back into this game?
Score at least 3 or more goals.
Thanks for that in-depth analysis.
They need to get a bit of energy about them. They need to get pucks to the net, get it in deep, and not turn it over so much. By the way, can I just give a shout out to Joe? I watched that from down here, and that was very, very quick that he got up those stairs.
Joe is just amazing. He's everywhere.
I think we should get a bronze statue of Joe outside Sheffield.
I think so, but he has to be, like stood doing his little stretches behind a computer screen.
Yeah. By the way, speaking of stretches, one should simply not wear brogues and stand up for this length of time.
Probably a good idea. You seem to be joined by a collection of people.
A collection of GBU men. Jackson Price was the best groomed man in the GBU team.
And we appear to be waiting now for
Ice to
and
freeze.
we're ready to go. This one's going to be one back for GBU. Rafter. Here's Larty though. Manages the puck really well. Good coach once taught her that. Here's Paul. Paul with a wraparound. Stopped by Owen. Chance out in front. Paul. Benson. That's well won by... looks like a different lineup here for a GB. A little bit of shuffling of the lines.
It certainly is. I spoke to Coach Rathbone in between periods there, just off mic. It was out of range, obviously, and he told me he was going to change things up and see if it brought a new sense of energy to the team.
It seems to have already. Adams, Turnbull, and I know we've just got Milne on the ice. It's Milne, tied up with Reidelberger. And certainly, I would say if you're Coach Tibbs, don't change anything. Don't you go changing, baby.
No, certainly not. I mean, obviously, Ryan Rathbun's not going to change this line of Petrosino, Milne, and Whiteley, because they're the magic line from last season, so they're hoping they can spark something.
Is Sarah Larty, he's not managed to get off the ice yet. That was Whiteley playing that one back in. Larty, already played a game this morning. Nice pass, Mullen. Tried to find Reidelberger across the ice, not going to make it. Van der Veen. Thoughts on Van der Veen's first period, Rambo?
She was actually fairly quiet compared to some of the games I've seen her playing, but done her job very, very well. So
I think she got credited with that goal from the point.
She did score it. I saw it from down here. It didn't touch anyone apart from Steph Owen's pads a little bit on the way through. So it was her goal.
GB just having a little bit of trouble with the line change. Here's O'Brien. It's going to be played around the boards, but can only find McDonald. Yes, Harrison's going to chase that around the back of the net. Here's Petrosino. Chips it round Agnew. Can't get past McDonald though. Oh, interesting bounce. That one's going to come out in front on the back of the net. No one knows where it is. Chance. Ooh. Turner shot there from McDonald.
I think the next goal is so important right now.
Yeah, completely agree. Here's Jess Urquhart. Chancer. Got Shannon Lang. Oh, good stick in there by Paul. Now using those wheels. Round the defender. That was Wallace. Chance McDonald. A little bit of Steel Queen magic. Here's Shannon Lang. Cross ice pass. Nina Brown. Nina Brown playing as forward this period?
Yeah, I understand they've made a change. Nina Brown moving to forward, Gemma Wallace moving back to defence, which is our natural position. Just to mix things up a bit, we all know that Nina loves to skate hard, so maybe thinking just get her more check and try and cause.
Joseph, you're lucky if you even get one, never mind two or multiple rinks in a British city. Here's Benson. He's around the back. Benson got Libet. Paul's gone for the change, which means you're going to get some Mullen time. Interested to see Mullen with this pair. Oh, Owen, that was up in front of her. Oh, good clearance away there.
That was a big play by B. Lester.
That was indeed. Oh, chance, good save by Henny. 97 people watching in. Benson, infinity shift. Needs to get off the ice. Brave play down the wall by Gordon. I have to say, I've been impressed with Gordon and Gallipol. Been a solid pairing back there. Gordon, oh, she's lost that one though. Adams, inside, outside, shoots. Big save by Henny.
Great wall at it again.
Here's Reidelberger. Big turn again. We cough that one up though. Turnbull down there, battling in the corner. Gordon loses an edge. Reidelberger, that's a great pass. Just can't find Mullen though. It's going to be O'Brien's going back. Got Abby Thornton on the wing there, captain. Here's Adams.
You do not want to give the puck away to Robin Mullen in that situation.
No. Now here's Van der Veen. Chong. Oh. Van der Veen. Boom. Oh, that one taking a deflection off O'Brien going through. There's Maggie Agnew. Just loses out there. It's Daniel Turnbull.
Two players who were teammates earlier on.
Yeah, Daniel Turnbull losing out there to Sarah Larty. That one will be talked about in training. Oh, and we're going to have too many skaters. Too many skaters.
I think, yeah, they hadn't quite got back and had to jump on.
Daniel Turnbull who's going to go serve the penalty. We're up to 95 people watching him. You can see that below on your stream.
That was a tricky call there for the linesman, because technically I think Whiteley had changed for one of the earlier players and she was the one that picked up the puck. But there was about 7 or 8 of them on as she picked up the puck.
Now, big chance here. If they can capitalise on this power play, might be in business. You'd say 4-0 might be too big a climb. Big play there by Leicester again. Here's Milne, absolute forechecking machine with that speed. Here's Benson. Oh.
Oh, I think Milne's gone to the box as well.
Oh, that's not what they need.
It's just compounded situation there.
You've got to be looking, if you're Coach Dibbs now, you've got to be looking probably that first line. Might even chuck Mullen out there with Van der Veen on D or something like that. You've got to load this up. 5-on-3, take advantage. He's going back to that first line, full first line.
It's not surprising. They've been pretty effective in this game.
Van der Veen, good spin play down the wall. Got the bet. Larty, oh, it's just over. Sarah Larty maybe more of a passer than a shooter, but certainly wouldn't give her that much room. Great for this situation, Larty. Van der Veen, we know she can shoot. Paul in front. Big save, and that's a big clear.
That's a very important save by Steffo in there. Very important in the context of this game.
Petrosino, that'll do. Just try and delay this breakout. Here's Larty. Calm, considered. She's got that Finnish poise.
I think there's a lot of kings here. There was a big yell for Sarah as she got the puck there.
There is. A lot of them have stuck around, which I do give them immense credit for. Then again, though, I think as you know, you might not obviously don't know her as well as I do, but Sarah is probably one of the nicest and most popular people in the entire team.
You wouldn't know that play against her, but yeah, I've heard that.
You've got to think Mullen's going to feed Van der Veen here at some point. Chance. Good shot. Good boxing out in front of the net by Rafter.
This is a massive kill right now.
And the more people filtering into the building. Good to see.
Yeah, I think there was, as I said, the Steel Queens left this morning. I don't see them, so I'm not sure if perhaps been delayed somewhere on the motorway. But certainly, the team filling up quick.
Still 14 seconds left on this penalty. The first one for too many skaters, and then the holding penalty to Milne. It'll be about a minute and a half that they've killed off of the 5-on-3, and now they're back to 4. Turnbull's out of the box, straight into the action. Straight on the puck as well, Turnbull, Daniel Turnbull. Meanders away through there, Turnbull. Shoots, big save by Henny. Turnbull still got the puck. More importantly, killing off valuable time. Again, hard battle there. Here's Robin Mullen though. Just great hands, great play. Reidelberger. Shoots. Big stop again by Owen. You've got to think both teams probably going to be looking to change goalies at around the halfway mark, you reckon, Rambo?
Yeah, it's an interesting one to see how they'll manage the goalie situation. I mean, you could go for broke and try and keep Penny in, but I'm not sure Dibs will do that. I think he'll bring in Healy at some point.
Certainly two very capable and very good netminders from my experience this morning, being on the ice with both of them.
We saw that at the Tier 3 weekend. It took a long time to get a goal past her. And Healy, who's obviously sitting on the bench right now.
Agnew shoots. It's loose in front. Agnew, and Owen just gets the cover in the end. And we are going to get the goalie change, certainly on the GB side, and the IAS goalie, and he's pulling herself.
Yeah, I think Kenny just pulled herself.
Healy wasn't ready.
Yeah, Healy's still gathering her bits and pieces. So Joe, that's it's 29-25 the two goalies have played. Make it nice and easy, both the same. It's a rough situation for Steeples to go into here if IAS can get some shots off. But GB do well to clear zone.
It is, so I think she'll be pretty happy they killed off that 5-on-3. That would have definitely been a rough introduction. Here's Nina Brown. Brown leads Griffins. By Shannon Lang. Chance out in front. That's going to fall. Nina Brown. Oh, what a save that is by Healy straight off the bench. Shannon Lang. Save by Healy. Welcome to the game. Rambo, you'll know, you spent all last weekend telling us about your previous life as a netminder. What is it like coming off the bench, or did you never experience that?
In a game like this, I would have been actually a little bit cross with my coach if he put me on, unless obviously there was an injury to the goalie. In this game, obviously, all the players have come a long way to play, so obviously they're going to get game time, but it is a very difficult situation to go in a game cold, especially with the pace and ferocity of this one.
It is. Benson and Larty there. Van der Veen, great pass. Touched on by Paul. Flipped inside, Paul. Van der Veen and Benson getting in each other's ways, and now Benson's just in everyone's way. Here's Thorpe. Just out battled there. Rafter. Maggie Benson, she looked up there, she got two players streaking towards the net, didn't manage to find either of them. But that was Gottlieb or Paul. Had a real chance there to make a play. Was unlucky at the end of the day, they're going to get a face-off and get the next line on, but there's a potential chance there with a little bit more of a heads-up and smart play. They were in for a goal-scoring opportunity.
And back to that goalie thing, Nick, I think I'd rather be in Staples' situation than perhaps Healy's situation from my point of view. Holly Steeples really has nothing to lose, and Healy, obviously, they've got 3-0 lead at the moment, so it could be a bit of a dagger through the heart if she concedes one. Then
Adams, Reidelberger, battling with Turnbull. That's one, and they clear the zone. Here's Abby Thornton. Whoa! Thornton runs into Gallimore. Adams shoots, big save by Healy. Chance out in front. Adams is still there, sniffing around. Shoots. Thornton. Big save again. And we're going to get a penalty.
Oh.
And Danielle Turnbull's going to the box for a slash.
You could hear that pretty loudly down at ice level. I think there's a slash on the goalie. I'm not sure she really meant it. I think she just swung her stick round and connected with the goalie. And Scott Ellis has assessed it too.
Just watching here on the playback there, Rambo. Yeah, so the chance comes out in front and squirts across the front of the net. I think Turnbull swings the stick for the first attempt and then loses sight of the puck, so obviously does what any probably good forward would do and obviously goes for that second attempt, but obviously there's no puck, just player. Maybe a little bit of a harsh call there. Hobart. Oh, Donald just couldn't take that one down. Maggie Agnew. Unlucky, cleared by Adams. Just got to skate harder because I think actually, to be fair, they were skating hard. It's just Beth Milne's that quick, it makes everyone else look like they're not skating.
Well, has the ability to make everyone else look like they're in slow motion.
Just all action. And again, great forecheck. Just killing time off this penalty.
I honestly think Duracell should get rid of the bunny and just replace it with Beth Milne.
Yeah, I think that would be an appropriate choice. Good pass. Agnew just loses that one though. Full Steel Queens line coming for a change. On comes that first line again. Gottlieb, Paul, Benson. Head woman pass, Benson, touch pass, Paul. Great move inside. Oh, again, perhaps maybe there, shoot low. You got Gottlieb driving the net. Maybe a chance to try and generate a rebound. Shots on goal, as per our new graphic sponsored by Joe Staten for President, is 15 all.
Wow.
See what I mean though there, Rambo? You can just see it in that one little play, that little bit of chemistry from a couple of players. Van der Veen with that great pass up the boards, straight onto Benson, touch pass to Paul inside. Like, that's the benefit of having players that have played together all year. Gottlieb, Larty, Gottlieb, obviously played against each other this morning. Gottlieb, oh! And that's swallowed by Steeples.
Steeples will just eat them up all day long. She's a big, experienced goalie, very sound positionally. So you're going to have to find something a bit special to beat her, like get traffic and getting in for rebounds as well.
Yeah, she's a sound fundamental goalie, technically wise. From obviously, we learnt that in Finland when we were out there. She's a great technician of a craft.
Very nice person as well.
Yes, she is indeed. There's Urquhart. Turnbull's back on. You almost forgot that was a penalty kill to some extent. Oh, Urquhart and Van der Veen spinning out of control. But here's Mullen, 1-on-4. She beat 2. Oh my word, and that is a great save by...
Not up the stairs, but highlight.
What an absolute save that is. More a case of, again, Mullen just making the GBU defence look like cones. Mullen with a turning shot, Steeples equal to it again. That was Wallace trying to find Thorpe. Is Agnew. Big pinch, that kind of helped. Brain. There's Baldwin. Oh, just hops over a stick before she could get good contact on it. Just got Reidelberg is just going to have to do a bit cleaning up here. There's McDonald. Oh, just gets absolutely butchered.
That was most definitely a body check. That was my understanding of what has been assessed. I think a penalty's been assessed.
Correct.
Yeah, and that was a body check. If you like body checks, come back tomorrow for Tier 1.
I'm not entirely sure why.
Oh, I think they're both getting penalties.
Oh, we're going to get McDonald for a trip. Ooh, looking. Oh, I could kind of see that.
It was obviously a hard one to see from down here, but I mean Ellis was right in position.
You know
so
what the thing is, Rambo. Looking back, yeah, I could see that, and I don't have the best of eyes.
Ellis right on top of it. He's not going to make mistakes.
Here's Paul. Paul with a wraparound stuff attempt, and Steeples is again fundamentally sound. She's on that post and hugging it and making sure that there's no space in there at all. Just under 5 minutes to go. Here's Lang. Adams. Chance out in front. Turning shot by Milne. And Healy's going to cover that one up. Good again.
That in there. But I'll tell you what, I've just seen that Robin Millen just skate past me, go for himself. Robin Millen 4-on-4 might be interesting.
Yes. It just means there's one less cone to potentially skate around, unfortunately. One less person to add to the highlight reel. Is Van der Veen. Plays this one around. Good battle on the boards. Oh. Van der Veen's going to try and clear that one. He's going to get out. Urquhart. Rafter. Off the boards. Here we go. This is what we wanted to see. Mullen. Shoots. Oh, just shoots wide. Good play again. Here's Mullen. Cuts in. Shoots. It's Mullen versus Steeples at the minute.
That was a bad giveaway by Rafter there, and obviously gave the chance to Robin Mullen, and that's not a person you want to keep giving raffle tickets to, because she will cash in.
Yeah, exactly. Is that Thorpe just off to the dressing room? Rambo, you're down there.
Yeah, she just came out to tell me no injury or anything, just a snap. It happens, and unfortunately you've got to go off and fix that, because these races will just go all funny. Obviously, if it's high quality analysis for you there.
Thanks, Rambo. Our very own Pierre Maguire between the glass. I think you're probably dressed a little bit better than Pierre Maguire is.
To be honest, I've not watched an NHL podcast with Pierre Maguire for a while, but I feel that might be.
Here's Adams with a good turn. Source of pass. Leicester fires that one in. It's Gordon. Stops. Leicester's going to pursue her into the corner. Oh, Gallimore, that's the first mistake she's made probably in 2 weekends.
That was a big get out of jail there for her, though. She done well to stop Monica getting a chance on goal.
Here's Benson. Benson. Beth Milne. Round off the back of the net. Oh, it's a bad giveaway. Chance! And there's the goal.
That was a really, really bad giveaway, and that was a gift for Sarah Gottlieb there.
Yeah, and she doesn't need any kind of help at all. And it does look like we are obviously going to 4-0 with 22:39 remaining in this tilt, Rambo. Do you think that's an insurmountable task for the GB girls?
I mean, I know the quality players that GB have got, and to be honest, they've been in this period a lot more. They've just not been able to beat these two IAS goalies who have been outstanding, both of them.
It's Thornton, that one goes in deep. Turnbull. Thornton. GB just playing a lot of hockey on the perimeter. Not really getting into those high quality areas. Speaking of quality, Adams, oh, that's a good stick lift there by Mullen. Nat Charlton, I hope you're feeling better, my friend. Salmonella is an absolute awful thing to have. But I hope you are feeling better and you had a safe journey home this morning. Shoots. Chance. Oh, you've got to think GB have got to try and get something in this last 2 minutes here to try and make a game of it for the third. The problem is, the more that you come out, the more that's going to play into the hands of the Steel Queens, who've got such great skaters, especially like out of their 10 forwards. They're incredible in terms of their effort and work rate and what they can actually do and produce.
Of course, you mean the international all-stars and not the Steel Queens?
Yeah, that. Same thing, isn't it?
Well, there's a lot of Steel Queens in this team, but don't be fooled. The quality of Mullen, Gottlieb, Li Hao Chung, and all the rest of them is shining through.
It's a great battle on the boards.
Just over a minute to play in this one, and I think if GBU could get a goal now, it would certainly give them a massive momentum boost going into the third.
Could do indeed.
Maybe praying for another soggy Zamboni ice cut to give them a bit more time to think about things.
Well, we can probably guarantee that. Oh, Urquhart just can't find a handle on that. It's Shannon Lang. Backhand. Healy's going to gobble that one up all day. Not a problem there.
Handled. I think Amy Thorpe's ready to return to the fray.
I hope she gets a shift, because otherwise she might have stayed there 46 seconds ago. Oh, Shannon Lang. Big save again. Tip round the boards. Van der Veen. Good play. SE. 1-2 with the linesman. Woman, sorry. Sarah Larty. Shan Lang, good block. Sarah Larty's going to play that one up the board, and that's all she wrote for the second one, for the second period, and that's in the books.
If you want, yeah. So I'm going to be joined here with international all-star sensation, the human highlight reel, Robin Mullen. Robin, how do you think the game's going for you guys so far?
The first period was really good. We really took it to them. They were really flat-footed. However, coming out in the second, I felt we were a lot more flat-footed. But we just got a goal there at the end, so I think we're getting it rolling again. So it's going well.
In it to hold till the end of the game, I take it. The message is keep the foot to the metal.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we're doing really well. We've all just met one another today, so we're gelling really well. So we'll just keep going here. And yeah, put more pucks in the back of the net.
And right now, obviously, you scored that beauty in the first, but a bit of a battle between you and Holly Steeples to an extent. And I think it's advantage Holly at the moment. Are you going to look to change that in the third?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Holly and I played together all year. We're on the same team, so it's really good competition there. So I'm definitely going to bury one before the end of the game for sure.
Excellent stuff. I'll let you go and join your teammates. Again. Thank you very much.
And I think we're just waiting again for the Ice Sheffield staff just to come and do this ice cut. But other than that, Rambo, have you got anything else to add, or are we just going to take a small little comfort break?
Take a small little break, I think, Nick. I'm going to maybe I'm not sure where I'm going to be in the next period, but I'll be down here somewhere.
I think it's time for the GBU bench. What do you think?
Yeah, I think I'll ask Ryan. I'm not sure if he wants me out the way. Obviously, I'm quite happy to stand on the bench, not get involved, and just talk to you. So I'll see what he says.
Okie dokie. Right, well, I'll talk to you soon.
Thank you.
And guys, don't you go changing. We will be back very shortly with the third period action.
what his will's doing. Yeah, because he's. Yeah. We have like salary, so there's like I'll send this as well. I've only met somebody once. Brilliant. He plays an amateur here. I know what are you about? That's right. He gets them out all the time. When he's in the park. Yeah, and he's found it. Everyone's like, the whole park. We're big family in some way though, you know, every time I went to a toilet, so it's a left your drink every time you need a pee. TBS, so we love. He's like, do it again. Hey, show me what the banana gets. If anyone's shocking, having that set of sex is definitely.
I'm trying to avoid taking pictures of you, yeah. I am taking pictures. I got a good one now. yeah, I got a quite a few.
Rambo's on the move. Oh.
These brogues are not made for walking on ice. No chance. Right, here we go. I'm almost there. Right, I'm on the bench now. Ah, somebody left the door open. Eva, could you get the door, Nina? Could you get the door? Look at that. Nina Brown already medalled in the game now. Sure as fate there'll be somebody missing that has to now come to the door. The ice looks, as I said, as sponsored by Sesame Street, moist. That was met with a horrible look from several people.
How are we spelling?
That's what she said.
How are we spelling that?
The normal way.
Moist.
I thought you were going to educate everyone there, Rambo.
No.
M is for moist.
Die blij.
What was for oyster? We're just going through things.
Yeah. I was having a nice little chat with Coach Dibbs in between periods. He's a very, very happy man currently. He's impressed and doesn't want to change a thing. He says the girls over there are making his job incredibly easy right now.
The number 6 for GBU, do we know her first name? Because I don't know how to pronounce her last name.
It's Jess.
Jess, okay. She's
and
gonna
it's
be Jess.
Urquhart, not Urquhart, like you were pronouncing it earlier on.
Urquhart. No, I'm not. I'm gonna get it mixed up. I'm just gonna call her Jess.
Don't fall off the bench, Rambo.
Right, that's my photography. That's not a word. Photography duties fulfilled. Got some cracking pictures. There've been some good ones. Because there was a lot of good action in that period.
Certainly was.
A little bit more even. It was going more back and forth in this one, as you would hope.
Certainly, I'd like to give a shout out before this period starts to Ryan Rathbone for being so accommodating and allowing me onto his bench that he's in charge of.
He owns that bench.
Here we go. IAS wins the face-off. Lahti passes to Van der Veen. Van der Veen looks for her options. Doesn't find anything else but the IAS. I mean, GBU defense, Rafter, Turnbull and Adams there, but Gottlieb makes a good pass, bank pass off the boards to herself and storms into the zone and she gets tripped, but no call.
Should have been a penalty.
I believe that was a tripping call, but she doesn't care. She comes in front of the net, passes to Paul. Lahti, just goes between her legs. And to an icing. That was close to not being an icing, but then again, if he would have touched it, it would have stayed in the zone. Ifs and buts. 34 seconds in to the third, 4-0 lead for the IAS. We get a first face-off of Steeples.
What's the general GB mood down there, Amber?
There's a good energy on the bench, actually. It's pretty upbeat. Just got to take it one shot at a time, don't you?
Yep. You're going to go climbing the mountain. You've got to, you don't just start running. You just got to slowly work your way into it.
And you achieve miracles if you believe. I think Yogi Bear said that or something.
And here's Lester behind the net. Chong hit her skates. Mullen goes to net, goes to the boards, and it's kept in by Hobart.
Suffocating zone play by IAS there.
No chance of exiting the zone with speed, but here is some of that speed. Louis Adams looks for her options, almost loses the puck. Maybe there was a wet patch left. And pass to the middle, but a great stick from Mullen. Leiterberger doesn't get it to her just on time, but she goes and chases it. O'Brien behind the net, and she makes a dangerous pass. Mullen gets it. She has a chance to cut to the middle, and she does. But a great poke check there from Petrosino. Harrison tries to go through. Mullen pokes it through again and gets it herself. It's behind Harrison, and she does not get it. And here comes Milne, but again, good pressure for McDonald and Harrison, and stopped her on her tracks legally as well. No body checking allowed, obviously, here. And Harrison plays it well. Agnew puts the puck in the net and just hops over Harrison's stick, and here comes GBU up the wing. Here's a chance. The pass is too far ahead. But they still enter the zone. Here's Whiteley. She's got Milne in the middle. Whiteley shoots, and a great block by Gallimore.
Perhaps just going to look for that little inside pass there.
Yeah, I believe that pass would have been a better option, definitely, than Nick. Whiteley.
Petrosino's all alone there. Just couldn't be found with that.
There we go. Whiteley plays it to the point. Whiteley again gets it. Gallimore. Whiteley and Milne, but a puck rolls over to Agnew, who's harassed by Petrosino. Harrison.
I think GB really need to get a screen. You can see the ice level that Healy's quite short, and if they can get some bodies in front of her, I don't think she'll be able to see anything.
True. Here's McDonald making twists and turns, but she's all alone, and Whiteley pokes the puck away. And Petrosino, but it's Gottlieb putting pressure on her. Gottlieb kicks it to herself, but against 3 players, that's a little bit much. Here Paul comes to an aid. Gottlieb, Benson, Gottlieb pass it the middle. Oh, but Paul's just glided away, but there's Lahti. Looks for a pass to the point, just to Van der Veen. Van der Veen shoots and he misses. Gottlieb still has it, passes it to Lahti. Gottlieb playing catch. Here comes Benson. Lahti looks for the shooting lane. Benson in front of the net, and he comes there. Deflection, and then Paul puts it in. There is 5-0. That's what they were looking for. An opening to get the puck in front of the net, and Nadeem Paul comes in and takes the garbage away and tucks it in.
Paul from Benson from Lahti.
Yep.
Great little cycle play in the corner, shot to the net with a screen and a tip, and then pick up the trash.
That was a beautifully constructed goal. And you'd have to keep in mind, these girls have been on ice for half an hour with each other. Half an hour this morning, and that's it. So that just tells something about the sort of chemistry that is going on here in this group, and of course the individual skill. Can GBU get one behind Healy? Here's Jones twisting and turning, but turns into the wrong place because there's IAS. Here's Mullen. Good blocker save.
Mullen doesn't want to be outdone by anyone.
No, I think she's looking for another one. Li Hao-jung passes it to the middle. There's Reiderberger and Mullen both, but it evades both of their sticks. And here comes Jess, flying through the neutral zone. Got the middle against Hobart. Well, good moves.
Oh, good save.
Yeah, that's what I was paying attention when I was going around the ring, that Healy, taking into account, and both goalies, despite sitting in the bench for God knows how long, and coming into the game, they both played really well.
Yeah, they were incredible straight off the bat.
Yep, exactly. I was a little bit worried because, or not worried, but I was like, here's GBU's chance when they got a lot of pressure when Healy was just coming in cold and they were pressing, but she stood up tall as she can stand up with, I don't know how tall she is, 5'3"?
5'3", 5'4", maybe.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. So, I mean, it's tall, probably in some parts of the world.
Any more analysis down there, Rambo, from ice level?
He's handing something to someone.
He's just drawing up a few little tweaks that he would like. I think not putting too much pressure on the girls, worry about the score, and just worry about the performance for the rest of the game, and try and get the little things right. A lot of these girls, as I say, are coming in new to the GBU program, and they'll be here for hopefully a few years to come.
Exactly, and this kind of a game is a good even if, and then
we're going to get a penalty. It's going to be Gallimore going to the box, I believe. Gordon breaks that up.
Second penalty for Gallimore, I believe, in this game.
It is indeed.
That was most definitely a trip as well.
I can't argue with that one, and she doesn't even try to argue.
No.
So she knows. She knows.
No chance. Usually you pay double for that kind of trip.
2 + 2 for tripping, because it's so rude. So Whiteley, Petrosino, and Turnbull.
Big win.
Oh, sorry, Wallace, Adams, and Lester. That is the same power play unit we've seen from GBU earlier on already. Ooh, and he just hits Benson's skates, but they got Benson and Gottlieb out there on the ice, so you may want to be a little bit careful. Ooh, that was close.
That was a margin, just a small margin offside.
Very close.
Just Rambo, look up here. That much.
That much offside.
I'm not sure who was shouting no, probably someone from the stands, but yeah, at least someone disagreed.
If you picked up what Shannon Lang just says, we apologise to the younger listeners at home.
We did not. Could you repeat that, please?
No, because the younger listeners at home.
Fair enough. Worth a try.
Now, can GBU get something going on this power play?
Here's Louise Adams. She's been held in check by the IAS so far. She's had a couple of rushes, but nothing to show for it. And here comes Petrosino to the middle. Pass to corner. Wallace. Whiteley. Petrosino again. They are building again. Can they make it count on the scoreboard this time around? They have been struggling to penetrate the square in the middle and get quality scoring chances, and let's see if this time it's any different. Lahti against Adams, who cuts to the middle and is blocked by Van der Veen. Gottlieb, very strong shot.
One thing I can tell from the IS team now is they're well aware of what the score is on the side not saying 5, and they're going all out to keep it that way.
Ooh.
That was nearly a nice commentator's curse, Rambo. Well done.
I was going to say that.
It's all about timing.
Chance! Oh, big save.
She has left hardly any rebounds. That's one thing I noticed the second period, that his rebound control's been excellent.
Yeah,
so far.
Absolutely
shots
nothing.
dead even, 23-23 so far. So it's all about, looks like, the individual skill and the finishing ability at this time around. And another clearance, forcing Jess. Calmed it down. GBU looking to break out. Good pass.
Shannon Lang.
Turnbull in the middle. Can she get to her? The power play is over. Oh, and she just keeps it in. Good stick there, but there's no one in front of the net. They need traffic in front of the net, and a shot that goes wide. Oh, and he almost bounces off the backboard. And Mill comes in strong. But again, no rebound.
Healy played very strong. Again, GBU trying to sort of, it's kind of a jam play, but nothing with going through so far.
Like at the end of the day, if they really wanted to level this up and get that goal, it doesn't have to be pretty. Just
no, definitely not.
Oh, chance!
Ooh, almost deflection.
Tipping screenplay.
Baldwin wasn't far from getting
but
a stick.
this is not what they want.
Oh,
Ryan
dear
Mullen
Lord.
He's going to fly it by everyone.
Shoots
and
it.
she
Scores.
scores. Picks, blocker side, perfect shot. Just over the pad, underneath the blocker. Absolutely no chance for Steeples in that one.
Mullen finally beats Steeples. And boom. That's a great shot.
That is textbook, literally.
Backs off the netminder here with speed and boom.
Quick snapper. Low blocker. Works every time. Take it from me. Done it a million times. And here's Lewis Adams. Oh, and a beautiful ball check from Gallimore. Absolutely negated that. And he goes Lee Hao Chong going wide against O'Brien. Trying to cut to the middle. Has no traffic in front. Oh, blows a tire. There was nothing wrong there.
And this is the thing, this IAS team have got no kind of like, no ambitions on stopping. No.
Turnbull. Yeah, they're definitely not letting their foot off the gas. They want to run the score like GBU ran it against them last year. And they want to show that, hey, you can play this game.
Adams.
She can shoot. There he comes. Misses. I think one of the big reasons is that IAS is just blocking so many of the shots. Oh, and now finally they have good traffic in front.
And even when they do, like, look at that boxing out just there.
Yeah.
When there is a rebound, there's just nothing. Absolutely no freebies.
Here's Petrosino though, trying to go around, cut to the middle. Petrosino, and a good stick again. Lahti, strong play, and he forces the shot to go wide. McDonald, Lahti, oh, goes trying to go cheeky off the boards around Petrosino, but she's having absolutely none of it. Milne, Lahti, oh, swing and a miss by everyone. Milne, Petrosino, GBU again trying to, they're holding the puck well in the zone, trying to build something, but IAS forces them next to the boards and they simply cannot get to the scoring areas. There's a bit of a collision there. Harrison lucky not to get a penalty for interference after colliding with Whiteley. Milne.
Tell you something, Sarah must be getting tired. I'm like, as the coach of the team this morning, I'm pretty sure she played about 35 minutes.
And there she is playing another 35 in this game. Maybe not as much. Oh, and a good move comes to the middle. Oh, Petrosino doing everything she can in this game to create chances, but again, nothing to show for it.
Yeah, you've got to say, I'm sure Rambo will agree, this is not for the want of trying from GBU. Like, they just cannot find that just finishing touch.
Yep. And here's an errant pass to possibly the worst player. But here comes GBU. The Brown in the middle. Shot! Oh! There was space, but she goes just over the net. Here's Benson. Now this is better from GBU. They're literally overpowering. 3 versus 2. Playing to the point. Grafton.
Absolute overload in that corner.
Yeah,
oh, you got to look up there.
Missed pass. Gottlieb, here she comes. Shoots. Good save.
Oh,
but the
she doesn't know it's there.
She doesn't know it's there. The goal, I think the goal is off the pegs as well. It looks to be.
It's most definitely off, yeah.
Yeah. Then there we go. Finally now, the referees gets the word.
You know what? It was this much off.
Yeah. We can see he was showing a size of an average sea bass. If you couldn't see that in the broadcast.
An average sea bass.
An average sea bass, yeah, it's about that big.
Our fish-loving followers will be well aware of the size of that.
Yeah, it's about a foot. Okay, in all honesty, I have no idea how big sea basses are, but
maybe about a good trout.
Yeah, solid trout for sure. But here comes the pressure again. Hobart. And Gottlieb gets it again. Sorry, that was not Hobart, that was Lou. That was my bad, I got the defensive pair mixed up there. And Benson pokes it in, and she's got Gottlieb in the middle. Does she see her? Yes, she does. No, she doesn't. Her pass comes late. Gottlieb spins and scores on the backhand. Zora Gottlieb, the Hungarian international, after Benson gave a sort of a delayed pass, spins around and puts it in.
It's a hat-trick for Gottlieb.
Is it?
It certainly is.
Oh, yes, you're absolutely correct. Zora Gottlieb with a modest celebration, but yep, she has 3 out of the 7 goals. So the top line
doing what the top line's there to do.
Yep,
Speaking of top line, here's Robin Mullen.
Robin Mullen says, I want a hat trick as well. Oh, but Steeples' glove says otherwise. But yeah, again, I think Mullen just doesn't want to be outdone. Scoreboard says 8 and the broadcast says 7. So now I'm confused how many goals we have. Oh, no, they both say 7. Never mind. Maybe it was just an optical illusion.
It's Gallimore. Just going to manage the puck well. I think this is what Dib said to me during that period break. He said, obviously, they got enough in the tank and they can keep playing, but the main thing is he wanted them to stop the turnovers and just manage the puck a lot better.
So play clean hockey, more clinical hockey. It's not that he hasn't been clinical, but of course, you can always improve. And here comes Chong. BUIHA Chong, another shot. And it again bounces dangerously, and there it is, Mullen, also a hat-trick for her, and now it is 8-0, and now finally GBU starting to show signs of frustration, and can you blame them, really?
No, you got to say this final period, the bouncers just haven't gone their way.
Oh, no, absolutely.
Not for the want of trying at both ends, it's just not getting any luck in terms of, again, that's another ricochet in front to Mullen, who doesn't need any second invitations for a tap-in like that. But
nope, she will bury those 100 times out of 90. That's how good she is in that short distance. And again, the bounces on the other end, they have not gone GBU's way. They've gone over, they've missed, they've done everything. But here comes Louise Adams trying to break the shutout bit. What a pass to the middle. Oh, and she just misses wide on the far side. That was beautiful rush up the ice by Louise Adams and Turnbull. But again, IAS overloaded the net. They have 3 players in front of the net, making sure everything is blocked. And here comes Van de Veen and make sure that Turnbull
just does whatever needs to be done to make sure that save's going to happen.
Turnbull got bulldozed a little bit.
So close from down here. You could see just how close that was, and that took a bit out of them as well. But it's also given that line a bit of a spark. They know what they need to do now.
Yep. And there's a good chase of and a quick shot coming from Whiteley, who definitely has been also kept quiet. She must be frustrated. Whiteley, Mill, and Petrosino again, and there's another penalty.
Lottie's going to the box.
Yep, I believe it's a hooking call this time around. Mill and Agnew is the one who gets her stick on the puck. 7:44 left in the game.
Going for a trip.
Chip or a hook?
Trip.
I was wrong. I admit my wrongness.
She was going to a trip to the box, whatever way you look at it.
Adams, GBU. Let's see.
Can they break the goose egg?
Yeah. We are seeing a lot of the same. But what they need is more traffic in front, which wasn't there.
Too much to the perimeter. They just need to literally get one of these girls needs to just go and park themselves at the top of the crease and make a nuisance of themselves. And
yeah, exactly. And I believe how they almost scored twice in the last 5 minutes. They took the puck underneath the goal line and made the jam play and just tried to overpower the IAS defense. If you shoot from the perimeter, they will block it, or here we'll see it. And this is it. Oh, and Adams should have cut into the middle there, and she would have done exactly what we said.
This is much better, though.
It is. They are getting closer, which is, of course, encouraging, but they still need the shots and the dangers.
Oh!
Not in the right angle there for that tip.
Nope.
Adams calms it down, looking for a pass.
Backdoor play. Ooh.
Goes over Petrosino, and this is going to come out for sure.
It's a big clear there by Benson.
So GBU a little bit better, but I still believe they need to just be more direct. With just power move to the net. Power move to the net, that's it.
Gonna have to be careful here though, because watch what's going to happen here. If this puck comes round, right to Mullen.
Ooh, wait, what? Too many men on the ice, or players, women?
Too many players.
Looks like there were 6 on GBU side, and it is going to be called. It was the... Yep, there we go. Turnbull is going to take one for the team.
Bit of a weird situation there with the linesman asking for Monica back off the bench, but Coach Rathbone had already selected who was taking the penalty.
Well, there you go. 4-on-4 hockey for the next 38 seconds and an abbreviated power play for the IAS.
Here's Mullen. Right, oh. Again, Milne and Lang. Lang.
Gallimore, beautiful stick.
Is Milne. Have to try and keep Beth Milne to the outside because the speed coming through any kind of the.
If she gets a chance to cut to the middle.
No, this is not what they wanted.
Mullen,
she's in alone.
looking for the hat trick. Mullen, oh, and it just misses.
That would have been the quad trick, by the way. She scored a hat trick already.
Did she?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I missed one of them then. There we go. Why do I know? This is what you get when you're momentarily away from the mic. And here comes GBU with good speed down the middle. She's looking for the shot.
Shoots. Big save. Doesn't know where the rebound. Oh.
And again, Agnew, small player, but with a big effort. And overpowers the bigger Milne.
And you've got to say, like, for an IAS team that are winning 8-0, right there, Agnew doesn't have to make that play.
Absolutely.
But when you're playing for your goaltender at this point, and you're playing for the pride of the team.
And like there's no letting off. They're not happy with 8-0. They wanted to stay. GBU to be absolutely blanked in this game. And MacDonald with a beautiful cut to the middle. Here she comes. Oh, and it goes flying into the goalie. And there's a pile of humanity in the GBU net, but the puck is not.
One of the items in there.
Yeah, there's a lot of other stuff though, including Petrosino and Steeples.
Everything but.
It just shows how much that play means to GB still, even though they're on the wrong side of this. Monica giving up the body to make the play.
Yeah, you've got to say there's been absolutely no quit in this GB.
No, neither team is. They're still playing like this is 1-1 game, or 0-0 rather.
Just to do an admin thing, can someone let IAS men's know that the warm-up straight after this game? maybe send someone down.
Well, here comes Louise Adams. Oh, and a big collision.
And we're going to get a penalty.
That's Agnew who comes flying into the situation again and called for interference, but she did have the puck, but I guess you could call that interference.
Maggie Agnew, small but mighty there.
Yeah, literally. She's been playing like she's 6'5" for the past few minutes. And she's asking for an explanation, which she's seemingly getting now from Ellis regarding why it was a penalty, and because she came in, was the second player in, and well, simply just bulldozed her way through. And now we are back for 4-on-4 hockey with 21 seconds left, and then abbreviated power play for GBU. So this has been, well, weird 4-on-4 hockey for a little while. Louise Adams giving a little chase. To her is Benson. Benson gets in, presses Adams next to the boards. And GBU now full strength with 1 minute 30 seconds left in the penalty, and here's Louis. Hobart behind the net and in the danger zone. There's a big collision. Hobart's down, she is hurt. We need someone to blow the bait. There's an injured player on the ice. She is moving, but she is hurting at the same time. MacDonald takes her gloves off and goes to make sure that she's fine. She collided with the two GBU players next to the boards. It didn't look like it was anything malicious there, but maybe fell awkwardly or hit the boards in a weird way. She's up to her knees, so that's a good sign.
Oh yeah, just saw that on the replay there. That's
kind of got accidentally sandwiched.
Yeah, it looks like she went a little bit of an up and under there. Callie, what do you think?
Yeah, she kind of like leg swept underneath her. Maybe she banged her head on the ice. Hopefully not.
Don't know, but all that matters is hopefully that she's all right down there.
She's moving her neck around, stretching it a little bit. Mackie Benson going in there as well. I believe MacDonald has some sort of expertise because she was the first one there very quickly, and she's up and skating on her own power.
Good sight to see.
Absolutely.
This is not a game for the faint of heart, but it's good to see Hobart up after that.
Yeah, that looked like a heavy fall after seeing it now in a replay. Ooh. So probably just cut the losses and not play her anymore, because they have 7 defenders in this game.
She's also got a weekend of hockey with the Cambridge women's team as well to play for.
True. So you want to be fit and ready for that. Whiteley wins the face-off.
Is that for the Norbridge team, Rambo?
Norbridge.
The Norbridge plus Monica Petrosino team.
That's a good team.
Milne. Whiteley.
I didn't know that.
Milne blows a tire, trying to get to the middle, but he has Whiteley. Whiteley again. Looks for the pass in high slot and absolutely smothered. Wallis was there, but so were 4 IAS defenders. Milne. Shot from the point. Oh, just deflected high. Wallis plays it deep.
Gordon and Gallimore.
It's Rafter this time. Adams is not on the power play. Oh, and a beautiful pass in front, but Healy with the stick prevents it.
Interestingly, to see Rafter play down low this whole.
Yeah, exactly. Now they have someone in front of the net. Like we were saying they probably should have. Are you telling them what we're saying here?
No, I'm keeping it stum. But the screen, this battle with Rafter and Gordon here.
This is a lot
Gordon
better.
and Rafter doing a bit of a waltz in front of the net.
Milne going and winning the race. But here's Gallimore.
And we're back to 5-on-5 and 2:39 to go. Can GB get something from this?
Whiteley shoots. Oh, and Milne kind of just, she meant to deflect it, but she kind of just stops the puck.
Mullen and Lang battling in the corner.
No love lost there. And again, Gallimore with the stick against Milne.
Starting to get to that point of starting to think who are going to be
what a move!
Who are going to be our players of the game? And to be honest, for IAS, it's not going to take much choosing. Oh my word!
She goes around the world. Oh, what a move! Just can't finish it off, but how electric is Mullen?
That goes in. That goes in, and we're going home for the weekend. There's no tournament.
I'll quit hockey. I never lace up again if that goes in. We've seen it.
Not maybe for the best anyway.
Good move by Louise Adams. Now making moves of her own against Van der Veen. Probably not the easiest opponent to do that against Louise Adams. Oh, and she misses. GBU just haven't gotten shots on net. They have a load of shots that they've missed on the far side. And there's another one. Van der Veen calms it down. Now Adams again, what a beautiful pass to Turnbull, and again the shot misses. There was no one in front there. Van der Veen stops it next to the boards, but it's Adams again. Can she find something? Van der Veen all over her. Adams, good moves, beautiful pass. It's the captain, Thornton. Oh, what a beautiful, and there it is!
There goes the goose egg.
After all that effort, 59 minutes, and she finally gets one. Well, you could say that was well-deserved.
Yeah, it's
my goodness.
The least that GB have deserved.
Oh.
As well as the IAS netminders have played, like, that is well-deserved.
I mean, they were so overdue with that one. And wasn't the game 8-1 last year as well? But now this time a reverse scoreline.
Penalty shots to decide the overall winner.
Exactly, some consecutive days.
This two-leg playoff game with 1 year apart. So we're entering the final minute of the game. GBU finally breaks through by Louise Adams, one of the players to watch for GBU. We mentioned at the beginning of the broadcast, and here comes Zora Gottliebet. Looks at Benson in the middle. She gets it. Benson. And it goes through everyone. Milne tries to go by Benson and does. Whiteley goes against Lahti.
Well, we all know that the rules are last goal wins.
And I think GBU knows that as well.
Have you told GBU that yet, Rambo?
And there's a foot race.
Next shot was the winner. That was what was said.
Wallace.
Oh, we've got to be careful. We might not even win that.
Oy. He stays behind. Sorry, I said that was Paul, not Wallace. It was Wallace who was defending Paul. Weiderberger just puts it in front of the net. 5 seconds left.
And that's going to go in the history books. And IAS
gets convincing revenge from last year's loss. And does to GBU what they did to them last year with a convincing 8-1 victory.
Hold the fort, guys. I've got to walk across the ice to make these presentations. This
and
is
I
going
will
to be.
head down there to take the pictures of the presentation.
Well, I am definitely.
I'll see you down there.
I might go my length on live on BUIHA TV.
I'm looking at Joe here, and I'm thinking that we should put Rambo live on the rink mic.
Oh dear. Oh, look at this! I get a crew.
Wow, wowee. Ladies and gentlemen, look at what we are now witnessing. Rambo has been taken away.
Scott's so tender. Is there Steel Queens in the crowd by any chance?
Rambo, you might want to take your earpiece out so you know for the photos.
Oh yeah, okay.
However, are we gonna?
Oh, you're bandit. Oh, yeah, mummy, daddy.
So Rambo.
Where's the man in the match beers? Somebody run. Right.
So we're gonna have player of the game presentations before obviously the trophy.
Okay.
So I'm thinking we're gonna go with. I think Rafter for GB had a great game. Thoughts on that, Rambo?
I thought she had a good game, but I think there's one player for me stood out for GB throughout the game, and she also bagged that one goal. So
she did indeed. So we are going to go with Adams.
Okay. Okay, everyone, thank you for coming. We're going to have the player of the game presentations. We do have beers, we promise, but somebody's locked the office, so we will get them round to your changing room so you can enjoy those. So player of the game for IAS, the away team, goes to number 13, the human highlight reel, Robin Mullen. Okay. Okay. And for GB, scoring that lone goal and then putting on a show herself, number 17, Louise Adams.
I'm just going to watch Dave over here fall over with the beers.
I think, oh, the beers are on the way. If you want to collect your beers, you can get them at the far end. Okay, and I'd like to invite the captain of the International All-Stars Women team to come and collect the Hopkins Shield.
I'm more impressed that obviously the microphone is in the photo.
Immediately following this,
next up on the Rambo show,
after this we're going to have the GBU men and IAS warm-ups. Obviously players can clear ice after they've done a bit of photos and what have you, and then we'll get on with the rest of the show. So thank you everyone for coming to this part of the section. We hope you'll stay with us right through. Thanks very much.
And thank you very much as always, Rambo. Been an absolute pleasure to have you down there between the glass. Hope you enjoyed your time. So I'm just looking over in the general direction. Joe, are we cutting the stream and reworking the stream? And we are going to refresh and restart. So the 90 of you that you're watching, I'm just looking in Joe's general direction. Do we have an estimated time of how long we're going to be down for? Yeah, we're going to be off for about 5-10 minutes off air while we sort out a couple of things and get a new stream up and running. If you guys want to go get yourself a nice little comfort break, maybe go and start cooking some tea, and we'll catch you guys in 5-10 minutes for the build-up for the big IAS GBU men's game. But certainly after that convincing 8-1 performance for the women, it's first blood to IAS. So we'll see you guys shortly for part 2 of this Rambo Productions.
Thanks, Shortly.
Don't call me Shortly. Right, see you later, guys.